Okay, so for now, I'm going to put you guys up on the big screen. And then, my wife will be here very shortly. But it's time to get live. We're almost at 7:30.
We are.
Goes fast, doesn't it?
It does. Share it to Facebook.
Sharing to the Facebook. Share those.
Sculpting through the night.
I say, hello, John C. John C., you are amazing and you're generous, and you made my wife very happy the other day when she got a little pop that was Ripley and Jonesy. She came home from a very long day and found that wonderful gift, and that was amazing. Thank you so much. It's nice. It's great when you're nice to me. Nice to my wife, you get a lot of points. Stanley, Stewart, Spastic Pug, Fondian, Lisa, Michelle, Jordan, Cobwebs and Candlesticks. Bam, that's a Nightcrawler noise. Nice. Scott Colhart, Andy Ferguson, Kim, Beady-Eyed Brad Kennedy, Jordan. Oh wait, right now it's Stacy. It's going to be Shannon. It might be both.
Double
You never
whammy.
know. Tickle Hill Cemetery, Andy Ferguson.
It is rare that she and I are in the same place at the same time.
That's right.
We are-
Boom shakalaka, Rue Newman says.
Boom shakalaka.
I say that more than I should. Goodbye, Brandon. Thanks for stopping by for the first 30 seconds.
Bye.
Twitter. Lindy Vito, Raw Officer Reichert, Blanco Thor, Stephen Scott, Corey Seymour. Hello again. Today's a sculpting day. HBK Styles, James Franklin, Adams Bar Hunt. Yes. My day has been just a crazy little day. You know, pieces and parts, all that.
Bits and pieces. Bits and pieces.
I got a little bit of work done on some things. I got to edit a video together for the Dallas Fire Department, and I think I can show you. Can I show them?
I don't see why not.
Yeah. So
I copyrighted.
basically, what I did it all, and their logo I pulled off the internet. So
I really do want as many people to see it as possible.
that's true. Yeah. So when you're a makeup artist, sometimes you get to do fun things. This was one of those times. I was able to do a video for them of hands exploding that are holding fireworks. That is a controversial opinion. What about Aliens? I think Aliens was a better film. Ethan, I don't have slider gloves like here with me. That's a product that I take to shows and sell, or I make to order. So I don't have a bunch. Hello, CS Creations. How am I doing tonight? I'm doing excellent, and thank you for asking. I'm going to show you guys a video.
Ross Richard said it'd be cool to do a display of now I can't see. Hang on.
Well,
Un memento. Por favor.
now is not the time, apparently.
Wait, I had a thing for this. It'd be cool to do a display of your mask like the opening of the Power Rangers. Go, go, Creeper Rangers. Mighty Sculpting Creeper Rangers. Brandon D says, are exploding fingers for all ages? Do you think it'll get demonetized?
Well, here's the kicker. The other one was demonetized because it was nibbled to death by ducks, the word death, and it sounded like I was killing ducks, I guess. So they demonetized it based on title alone. Now I have to find...
Newman Brown says, hey bud, you ever molded an Anubis? An Anubis? I would love to see your take on that.
I've made 3 or 4 different Anubises.
Anubi?
I have made Anubises.
Ethan Gandera says, what time is it for you?
What time is it now? It's 7:33. Okay.
Tarantula
This
says,
is not yet authorized or approved.
But wait, the volumes.
It makes me so happy. Yes, America. Comment says what?
You should throw it off the roof. You should throw one off the roof.
I should have thrown one off the roof. You're correct.
Tarantula said this will make my dinner taste better.
Well, okay, so all the hands were gelatin, and that was a project that me and the wife kind of did together, and because, you know, that's nice, combines her work and my work. But yeah,
Ethan said, "Oh my God, that's so funny."
I think it's funny too. At first, I thought like, well, this is going to prove that, you know, fireworks are kind of safe. Maybe not so much.
KBFX plan on doing more videos, just a matter of planning them out. I'll be a special guest on a few podcasts soon also.
Who's doing more videos?
KBFX.
Awesome.
Rob O'Brien asked, how many hands did you blow up?
We did 8 hands. We blew up 8 hands.
Chestnut says, I love the slow-mo one.
Yeah. I think it drives the point home.
Patrick Redding says, heyo.
Heyo.
James Franklin says, sadly been there, done that. More burn than damage.
Yeah, it all depends on, you know, what you got. These were quality M80s, which were lovely.
Isn't that a quarter stick of dynamite?
That's what they say. If an actual M80 is really a quarter stick of dynamite, I'm disappointed in dynamite. Like, the Wile E. Coyote has done me wrong all these years by, you know, I would use way more than 4 sticks for that Roadrunner. Would you set this over there?
Sure. James Having Emotion says, Aliens is a more enjoyable movie. Alien is the more artistic film. I almost always pick fun over prestige. Also, whoever did the music to the PSA loves long drawn tones.
I think that was just like a patriotic march. I didn't make it up.
Jordan says, is your wife a cook?
My wife does cook. Yeah, she's an excellent cook.
And how?
Yeah, she are good.
Cobwebs Council says, silver salutes are quarter sticks.
Silver salutes. You know, like their name. All right, so what I need to do is I have to do this. I have to deviate.
Hello, Enigma. Good evening, Rachel Powell. Jordan says, my dad says fireworks literally go up in smoke.
Oh. Well, wow, that's true.
Hana Garage says, hello, guys. KBFX asks, what are we doing tonight?
So tonight, if you don't know, okay, tonight is Sculpting Bingo. What that means is I have a list of projects that I need to do, but it's not too important which order that they happen in. So we do a lottery system where you guys get to pick what I am sculpting tonight.
Happen Emoji says, it's not a quarter stick, more like 1/50.
It's a tiny little piece.
Ethan said, fireworks are illegal.
Most of them are. Well, some of them are. Where we're at, they're illegal. I may have shown them a non-approved video of lovely fake exploding hands. Wife. I felt patriotic.
That's lovely. Yeah.
Do you have flavored water like I have?
Yes. Peach flavored
Thank you.
water. We do. Peach and pecan.
And maple.
And maple, yes.
Okay.
Which favorite power tool brand? Personally, mine's Milwaukee.
I like Milwaukee. I have fallen out of love with DeWalt. I do like their 14.4 lithium driver. That's kind of my favorite driver. I've got 3 or 4 of them around here. Milwaukee's pretty good, but you know, I think each brand specializes in something, so I don't have a lot of brand loyalty in that sense.
John C says, I like the YouTube Wednesday about the new poodles.
John C. Made me such a surprise when I came home this morning.
Her eyes teared up because she was tired.
Well, that's not untrue. John Z, it's so sweet of you. Thank you.
Enigma says, can we donate a sculpt to Sylvie Studios?
What?
What do you mean?
What's this?
You'll have to explain that for me.
We do have a plethora of them. Hugo says, hi Boris. Hello boys.
I wanted to share with you guys a little.
How was the council? Because my buddy's dad used to buy fireworks from his buddies in the mill. Everything he had was illegal.
Yep,
Yeah.
That happens.
I am on. So you guys can do your thing.
All right.
The amount of Masters of the Universe that is now on this list is extraordinary.
Hello, John. Thank you again so much for my pop. I love her. Not just because she's holding Jonesy, but 99% because she's holding Jonesy. I love Ripley too. Can I send you a master of one of my sculpts to be a mask for Still Beast? This is Enigma.
Send us an email and we can talk about that. I'm not opposed.
Christopher Lazote here in Maryland. Is MA Maryland? What's the
Massachusetts.
Massachusetts. They are highly illegal. Most people drove over the border to New Hampshire where nothing is really illegal. That was CS. That was such a sweet thing. That was very surprised.
I'll tell you what, this list is almost all Masters of the Universe at this point.
Michael Lasser says, Hordak, Hordak, Hordak. Jordan says, make a ghost from scratch. Jordan, I just boxed up something special for you.
We did that. We've already done that this week.
Something special for you. Something is shipping to you this week. KBFX Special Effects Makeup Tutorial says, when I'm finished with my clients, I'll be doing some half-mask sculpts soon for background zombies, since I get asked to do a lot of zombie films. Third degree of terror, you're absolutely right about fireworks. What am I right about? They're dangerous. They keep me employed. Ruggedly Handsome, you need to make a Ram Man head covering mask out of EVA foam one of these days. Candlestick says, let's go. Big do Panther. Is that
I already have a mask that would work for Panther. All I've got to do is purple flock it, man. I have I have 2 good cat masks.
Did you Khajiit?
No, the lion mask that I did before that.
CS Creations. What was the guy that had a lizard tail that could whip stuff with it?
That is Whiplash, and he appears on this list.
Tarantula says, Panther. Misty Jersky says, I love Panther. KBFX Special Effects says, if I recall, there's an old video of Alan doing these great ghost statues for the yard as decorations. You are correct.
There is.
Happen to Mojo. We need to mix it up. How about some silver hawks or thundercats?
Mumra is also on the list.
Oh.
So Mumra, I mean, at this point, there are 2 things on this list that are not Masters of the Universe. That's it, and there are 8 things on this list.
Got your third degree.
Is the flocking the same as flocking wooden jewelry boxes?
Similar, yes, but it's a face. I almost pointed the camera down enough for them to see the list again.
Cobweb, you are just giving it away. Cobweb says, Thundercats, hell yeah, Mojo. John C says, we really need to see a flocking demo. Rue Newman.
We will. Maybe tomorrow. What's tomorrow? Thursday? No, not tomorrow.
Not tomorrow.
Well, maybe tomorrow afternoon. It's possible.
You can do tomorrow afternoon.
Yeah, maybe tomorrow afternoon.
You can do a matinee.
I will flock the goat, eh?
Oh my. Rue Newman says, I want to come do Masters of the Universe stuff. You know the way. What's wrong with you?
Where you at, Rue?
Did you lose your way? Did you forget where we are, Rue? Jordan says, I just made 2 swords and a dagger from some steel rulers. My brothers love them.
That's awesome.
Michael Lassiter says,
That sounds really dangerous.
have you done any flocking on video yet? I missed Monday night anniversary stuff was going on.
I have not. I have not done any flocking on video yet. I've only done a little bit off video. One of the reasons why there's only one sculptor tonight is so that I can slow down the amount of things I have to mold so I can get more done during the week on that kind of stuff. Because I have to have a certain amount of time of R&D, a certain amount of time filling orders, and a certain amount of time of,
Working on stuff.
yeah, you know, the background, the support, molding, and that kind of stuff. So, but anyway, yes.
Well, I think we're calling the Stinkor finished. Put you on there.
Yeah, the Stinkor sculpt is done. You guys want to see the Stinkor sculpt all finished up?
While you're doing that, Rob O'Brien says, I've never seen an episode of Masters of the Universe. Rob, another guy.
Rob, are you a baby? Like how old are you? Because I'm like right in the right age range, and am I, honey? How old am I?
In 13 days,
In 13 days,
you'll be 45.
I will be 45 years old. I'll look a day over 55.
CS Creation says, I used to have him, but it's been so long ago I couldn't remember. Sadly, he lost his tail to a little brother of mine. Subweb says, oh snap. Mumra? Mumra?
Stinkor is right here. It'll also double as the original merman head, so because they used the same head on them. So good times. I think Stacy did an excellent job on it,
She did, she killed it.
and it is.
First sculpt she's ever done. Is
Ricky?
that right, Stacy?
I have sculpted a little bit, but this is really my first, like, with a definitive goal.
And you know what? It's not necessarily going to just be masks, because listen, I have to make He-Man arms. Like all the characters pretty much have the same arms, but I can't put that on my sculpting list until I have a support rig to sculpt them. So things like Tila's armor or Evil Lynn's armor, more Evil Lynn, because I don't want to do any good guys. I want to do all bad guys.
Don't want to be good, I want to be evil.
Exactly, and they look cooler. They look cooler. So, and they're the ones that are monsters. So,
Lisa says, you mentioned something Egyptian. That gets my vote. What was Egyptian?
well, Mum-Ra actually has a very Egyptian look to him.
Because he is mummy.
Right, because he's a mummy. He's
Lockhart,
Mum-Ra.
Lockhart says, show me the list and I'll just pick some.
Well, no, that's not how it works. It's a lottery. There's a system.
Tarantula says, have you seen a picture of Skeletor figure, riding the black kitten? It's one of my favorite images
Yes.
on the internet.
I have. Yes, I have.
Have you tried it out with flocking at all?
Yes.
Michelle says?
Yes, we
Of
have.
course I have. Yes.
On your thing, Michelle.
Yeah, we flocked some moss.
Cobwebs is yelling, I want a Mumra bust, like the Beastman one. He's
I understand
Cobwebs-
you.
Cobwebs is impassioned this evening.
And I hear you. I hear you. So here's the question, okay? So even if we pick Mum-Ra, we still have a decision to make. Do we do old mummy Mum-Ra, or do you do the invigorated Mum-Ra where he gets bigger and bluer?
Kim B. Brad says, I had a crush on Lion-O.
Yeah.
So say we all.
He had some pretty fab hair.
Julia B. says hello. Let's see. What's on the list? Chad Smith is asking.
Okay.
While you're doing that, let me finish this. So go ahead and perfect your list real quick.
My list is ready.
Okay. Well,
I can read it to you.
Don't read it yet. Would you create a helmet for Mumra or just the head itself?
I would just do the face, and then later I would do the whole helmet and stuff in EVA foam.
Bruce says next week he really needs to get out of the house.
Wife? You know what? Message my wife and set that up, because we can make it happen.
Bruce?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
you know when you're going to be here. Jordan, don't worry, I didn't sharpen them, the knives he made. Enigma says, on the topic of flocking, is it true that if you pigment your silicone, it takes away from the flocking and you can't really see it.
I would bet there's some truth to that. I have not done it on silicone. I'm only going to do it on latex. You have to knock down the shine of silicone, because silicone has a natural shine to it, and you'd have to knock that down in order to, yeah.
This is what.
I don't know. All right, wife.
Third degree says, the list, tell us the list. Wait, anything from She-Ra?
Hordak is She-Ra's main villain, right?
Cabin
We're making a new
Mojo
one.
says, second Mum
Old one
Ra
too.
looks
Oh, yeah.
kind of Egyptian.
Well, when he's old, he's an old mummy, and then when he puffs up, he's a little more Egyptian gaudy.
Tarantula says, are the ladies getting any love? Evil Lynn might not make a good mask, but her armor is amazing.
I would gladly sculpt her armor one day.
Her headdress.
Right now, it's all going to be masks because I'm set up for that. But as soon as I get set up for like the arm rig, because I got to sculpt both arms, and they have to have a core. They have to be done a very particular way. I have to be able to do the setup stuff before I can do that sculpt. But those kind of things are going to end up on this list.
On Stacy's sculpt, it looks great. Great job, Stacy. Excellent, nice sculpt, Stacy. Jerry Collins says hello to everyone. Julie says, oh, she was talking to Cobwebs. Okay, Kenny P says old Mumra. Cobweb says blue-gray Mumra. Tarantula says try not to giggle at bigger and bluer because I'm an adult, damn it. Cobweb says he needs a twin snaked headdress. Cobwebs is very impassioned about this tonight.
You know
I have
what?
to finish this before you go any further.
Okay.
Do you have one day? Do you have a one day I'm going to make? That's a really interesting question. One day I'm going to make. Do you have one?
Yes. One day I'm going to make a flying dragon costume.
He's gonna run the trees.
It's going to happen. Technology is going to get there.
Ruggedly Handsome says, I'm picking number 3, blindly.
I might have a drone strapped between my crotch and one on each wing, but I'm gonna end up with a flying dragon costume. Has to happen.
Connie says, yay. Old Mummy Mumra is creepier. Then he summons the ancient spirits of evil, says Cobwebs. Do you ever use Warbler?
Warbler. I have used Warbler for several projects. I don't use it a lot. I find that what I can do with it, I can do in other ways, which feel a little more sturdy to me.
Tarantula says, Evelyn is just iconic. Cobweb says, I have a huge Thundercats collection of originals. And
Awesome.
Michael Astor says, I knew it, a flying dragon. Lockhart wants to assist on the flying dragon. Go.
So,
We are caught up.
yes, and what was I going to say? It was really
You gotta
good.
read the list.
I am going to read the list.
You were also talking about, have you ever flying dragon?
No, boy.
Mumra.
Mumra, yes,
There you go.
but not Mumra. But Mumra led me down the path to allow me to remember.
As long as you get there.
Way back, someone mentioned Silverhawks, and I think it was happening Mojo. So Silverhawks, there's a couple characters that I would do from there. I would do Monstar from there, and I would do Hardware from there. Those were two. And maybe Windjammer. He looked kind of cool, but certainly not as iconic.
This is a group of very opinionated and passionate people tonight, and I have 76 people watching. You've been on for 23 minutes.
So that means you've had plenty of time to pick the people who are going to pick the numbers.
Okay, Having Emoji says, flying dragon with wings like in D&D, or no wings like the Never-Ending Story. Which one?
Wings. The Falcor design throw rocks. Be ready to throw rocks at me. Yeah, I'm not a fan of Falcor. I would much rather have the awesome dragon from Dragon Slayer. I think Vermithrax looks way cooler than Falcor. Luck dragon. Crying out loud.
I will supply a jet engine for that dragon.
Sweet.
Say hello to Scott
Caesar.
Creighton. Jerry Collins says, about 5 years ago,
That's
I
Scott.
dressed up as a mummy with 8 rolls of toilet paper. John C. says, Warbler is at Michael's now and sells out constantly. Cobweb says, the Copper Kid, bluegrass.
Yes. To the Copper Kid, I say.
Okay. Riley Hanson says, no, I'm not going to be saying Thundercats ho all night.
I will.
Someone will say it for you.
Cobweb says, Monstar is awesome.
He is.
Hey,
I would do the metal-looking one, the one he transforms into. He looks cooler.
Pool Noodle Master. Enigma says, pick me, pick me, pick me. Rob says, the list, please. Enigma, they're already picking.
I'm ready for the list.
Okay,
Are you
now-
guys ready for the list?
God,
All right. I am reading the list to you, not in list order, or else that would rig the number system. All right. And how this works is, Shannon will pick. You want to pick 2 or pick 3? We'll pick 2.
Let's pick 2. Julie B and Enigma.
Okay, so Julie B and Enigma are going to pick numbers from 1 to 9. Let me read you guys the list first, and you make a note of who you picked, or else you might not remember. The Piranha Mask has been on the list from days ago. You know, in the times of old, there was the Piranha Mask. The Ape Mask has been on the list for a long time, and it's still there. Hordak is on the list. Leech is on the list. Whiplash is on the list. The Plant Monster is on the list. Mumra is on the list. Clawful is on the list. And Cobra Khan, all on the list. Those are the 9 things that are on the list. I could not say them again in that order if I tried because I bounced all around because I don't want you guys to figure it out.
Cobweb says, number 8 is Plant Creature. Skip it and go to Mumra.
Lisa Arndt says,
How do we know that?
please describe the finalists for non-Masters of the Universe folks.
Oh,
I will, of course. I will. I have lots of visual reference,
Plant Monster.
and I have lots of visual reference, and because my wife is now reading comments, I don't need to have them up here.
Julie B has already picked hers. Enigma, have you picked yours? I don't see you. Misty says, all this talk about Masters of the Universe, I decided to get my original action figures out, and they are in a collector's case.
Nice.
Clawful would be awesome. Do the plant and get it over with. The
Well,
Laws of Attraction, Plant Monster, Snarf. Enigma picks number 4.
listen, I ain't making Snarf, okay? Snarf is not going to come out of this shop. That's not how we do it. There will be no snarfing. You out of your snarfing mind? It's not going to happen.
All right, are you ready?
I'm ready.
Julie B picked number 6.
6.
Julie B picked number 6.
Got it.
Enigma picked number 4.
See, I feel bad now because the Piranha Mask has been in the running. The Piranha Mask has been in the running. It is Piranha and it is Whiplash. Those are your 2 options.
All right.
Whiplash and Piranha. So let me describe for you these 2 things. One is a fish-faced monster. The other one is kind of a lizard-faced monster. Honey, what was the name of the actor? Boom, Straight to the Moon.
Jackie Gleason?
Jackie Gleason in The Honeymooners.
Yes.
And he had a
Okay,
friend
Alice
named
Bowman.
Morty.
He had a friend named Art Carney.
Art Carney.
Played his best friend.
What was his name?
What?
Archie? No.
No.
Okay, but anyway, Whiplash in
What-
some
what was the
incarnations looks a little bit like Jackie Gleason and an iguana mixed together.
Already played Ed Norton.
Norton? That's what he was saying. Norton.
Okay, so
All right.
thank you, Happening Mojo. None of us were born, but it's classic. It doesn't
So
matter.
we had, here's my reference for the Piranha Mask.
Scott says, Stacy, thanks for Joanne. Thanks, 25% off. Going to Mark. Okay.
I have to set up my computer a little bit
And
differently.
now someone's going to have to tally up the votes, right?
Yes.
Do I have while he's doing this, do I have a volunteer to tally up votes?
I think it should be Tarantula.
Why Tarantula?
I don't know, because I've seen her on the past couple nights.
Tarantula, you are it.
Her or him. I think the
Tarantula?
picture's female.
Tarantula, begin your tallying of votes between Whiplash and Piranha.
All right.
Are you game, Tarantula?
And 8, we need the answer by 8:10. Right now it's 8 o'clock. By 8:10.
What am I doing? Oh no.
All right, so
Tell
this is a piranha picture. There we go. These are all just piranha references. And that's what I'm going to use when I make these masks, is these reference photos right here. These are pretty much just actual piranhas.
Bruce says, don't worry, Tarantula, you can cheat. Rude! Okay.
Yes, okay. So you can just tally it and be super honest,
You can veto.
or you can listen politely and then pick the one that you want. Sometimes that's what happens, and that's okay. I think a piranha mask would be terrifying, and it fits Dark Hour's theme of a underwater show this October.
But you've done a toothy fish.
Well, yeah, but there's going to be more.
Okay, I'm simply saying that may have influence on your voters tonight.
And then we had Whiplash, who, one of my favorite figures. Now this is very small. See that simple Whiplash head right there, a little bit lizardy. That's a good Whiplash head right there.
Cobwebs is not letting this go.
What's he not letting
So,
go?
hey Tarantula, with $50 sent a PayPal to you choosing get me a Mumbra.
I think everything on the list is going to get made eventually.
Cobwebs is not going to be pleased.
I'm going to go back, okay? And if you look at this one, this is the one that I think looks a little bit like Jackie Gleason crossed with a marine iguana. He has the big chin. You know, the brows aren't quite as heavy as they could be. But yeah, so he has a couple different incarnations. I'm going to pick the one that is the coolest. And he will also end up being made into a costume for Dark Hour's October show.
Chad says, I like how the piranha lends itself to having the eyes on the side of the actors facing forward.
Yes.
Kind of looks like Shrek with a mohawk.
Kind of. An angrier Shrek with a mohawk, yes. You are correct.
Cobweb says it looks like Big Dog Zork. Now make Mummer, please. I'm telling you, Cobwebs is not letting this go, and I'm not even reading everything. Now,
Well, we do it by lottery.
he doesn't care.
And I don't know how he knew the plant creature was number 8. I have no idea how he knew that.
Boy, I think that they're getting very savvy to you on Wednesdays, and they are watching closely, but they don't care. Tarantula says it's hard to juggle a chat that won't sit still. Tell me that. And a cat that won't sit still. But it looks like there are more for Mumra than anything else.
Well,
Can you veto a
so
lottery?
Tarantula, you know that Mumra wasn't on the list given to you. You were given 2 things.
The question is, are you going to please your comrades, or are you just going to be a square stickler to the rules like your wife?
So,
Because let's be honest, that's me.
I think it's a lesson in patience.
Okay, I'm just reading you what Cobwebs is saying. Cobweb says, is that bad, Ross?
And I'm going to be honest with you. I'm going to be honest.
Mumra.
I want to sculpt everything on this.
And Nick says, Mumra for all.
I'm going to sculpt everything on this.
One
okay?
nation under Mumra.
But it's a matter of time and how long will it take.
Hell no, we will go. Everybody chant. I'm just reading. Just reading. No patience. Mumra now, please. Anarchy, mayhem, dissent, says Warren. Mumra loves Egyptian stuff. Mum-ra. Mumra.
What do you think?
Piranha.
500 super chat to do?
There's a piranha.
No.
There's
Don't say that out loud. Don't say that out loud.
Kitty P says snarf. Jordan said
Scott
piranha.
Colehart, please block Kenny P.
And
We don't snarf in here,
Nicholas
okay?
says we will flood the gates. Cobweb says a Mumra bust full headdress. Will Carrot, Mumra. Michael J. Lasser, just remember, most of us are friends, Alan, with people that come into your shop. Right, Stacy?
Well, what? Don't drag me into
Watch
this.
that bus there, Stacy. Drago880 says, what up, dog? Mumra means lots of thumbs up for the video, says Scott O'Donnell.
Nice video you got here. Be a shame if something were to happen to it.
And the Stilky SWAT. Mumra, make a piranha. Did you tell Scott Colehart to time out Kitty P?
I did.
Why?
Because he's talking about snarf.
Don't do that!
Did it?
Don't do that! You timed out Kitty P! What? Scott!
I may not have been serious.
Well, he did it.
You can untime out
He
Kenny
did
P.
it! Don't do
Snarf. We're not gonna snarf.
Third
Kenny P, I'm sorry that I got you
Don't do
timed
that
out.
to Kitty P.
Scott,
Third degree. I
thanks
didn't
for
get a
looking out,
hump out of
buddy.
that guy.
Thanks for looking out. I appreciate it.
Tickle Hill Cemetery, sharp fish with the sharp teeth. Julie B, plant thing. Mumra, or we take to the streets. Say hello to Drago, to Dragiv80.
Hello, Drag
Says,
80.
what up, dog? I heard Stacy say Mumra, says Scott. Threats are flying next, CS Creations. No Mumra can mean many thumbs down, says Cobwebs. Will says, I'll tell them Alan Hobbs told me to loot. John C. Mumra is very tall and should eventually be a still costume.
Yeah, the blue one, yes.
Out of two, Whiplash would be the way to go. Janine Red says snarf.
Okay. All right, hold
It's
on.
related to Snooki.
I want to have a measure of handling things for the rest of the video, okay? And I think the only way maybe that we could do that is to, let's just, wife, you have to take a quick tally. Should I
Oh my god.
replace someone with Mumra? Should I replace someone with Mumra? Yes or no? Just type yes or no, and my wife is going to watch the comments. Should I replace someone? It might be the Piranha, it might be Whiplash, with Mumra. I am willing to listen to reason, and I'm willing to listen to overwhelming response.
But Tarantula had a job. Tarantula has not had the pleasure.
Well, Tarantula's still working, but it's just, you know,
So what was your question?
should I replace someone with Mumra?
Oh my goodness.
We had one person who was looking forward to Whiplash. I don't know if we had any Piranha Fish fans out there. No one really reared their head as, boy, I can't. No one was upset when the Piranha Fish didn't get picked. The last 3 weeks in a row, he has been up for a vote, and he lost every time.
Enigma, maybe.
That means I'm going to make him look awesome when I finally get the sculpt.
I think I lost you. There you are.
Here I am, saving myself some more Mumra references just in case.
He said, never give in, never surrender.
I
Oh
can
my
listen-
gosh! You know what? Surprisingly, the trend seems to be to stick with your original lottery pulls and not break the rules. thus far, anyway.
I think a lot of kids had a bald mum-ra because they lost the helmet. The hard one, the hard action figure to get was the old one.
Santa says no, it takes the whole fun out of the process.
See, there's a lottery full
Rob
of
says no, believe in the system.
trust the system.
Who says that?
Rob O'Brien.
I can probably guess how Cobweb is voting.
Cobwebs is not voting, Cobwebs is revolting. He says, I was all piranha till you said mum-ra.
Who said that?
Cobwebs.
No, he was all mum-ra.
He said he was all piranha until you said
Oh,
mum-ra.
I was asked if we should. It's possible.
The overwhelming is no.
Okay, all right, then I'm gonna stop looking up mum-ra references.
Okay,
That's
guys.
for next.
Stop. So the peasants are revolting. Mum-ra, not piranha. Will Carrot. We the creepers. Okay, so tarantulas still had.
All right,
She says the whole yes/no thing pushed all the votes out, though. She's right, or tarantula's right. So,
yes, and now there's no more yes/no. Now it is Piranha versus Whiplash, showdown to the death. And Tarantula, I'm gonna give you 3 more minutes.
Tarantula. My apologies.
You're a trooper. Hang in there.
It gets messy. So war is messy.
War is messy.
Yeah, this is messy war. But both of them are actually half masks.
Well, it's easy to see what it is. Cobwebs. This is madness. I will campaign. Fishy boy.
Oh, real wrong.
Piranha. This is the way. I don't see the dog. There's pizza left in the kitchen.
Oh no.
Yes.
You want me to hold it down?
The cake is down. Okay, you're still there. All right. I'm just looking for it.
Trust but verify.
Let's see, where are you, toots? I have. Where they are. Okay. Don't make cobwebs drive over there. Murder fishy.
Murder fishy.
Whiplash, whiplash, piranha. I like bloody scary things. I vote piranha. We are all talking about whiplash from Doom. Are we all talking about whiplash from Doom?
No, we're talking about Whiplash. This is the ladies' table. I have to think. We're talking about Whiplash from Masters of the Universe, who is a reptilian humanoid.
Y'all can see what I'm working on, yeah? Guess what it is? Bet you'll never guess.
It's apropos for this evening.
It is apropos for this.
Tarantula, I'm sorry. This just went madness. I will say this: our creepers, this group of people. Rodney Pope, is that a hood? our yes, Jordan, I see you too. I appear once in a while. It's okay.
We're in the same room together.
Yeah.
Finally, confirmation that we're not, in fact,
Yeah, the same
the
person.
same person.
But Tarantula, I know that was tough. I'm sorry. Zombie face paint. You guys rock. Your videos are helpful and inspirational. Thank you.
Thank you.
Tarantula, this drama has greatly upset my beloved Merlin, who doesn't want the one Egyptian that doesn't worship cats. He wants fishy, delicious.
Is that your final answer? Like, is that
Fishy delicious.
is that what's happening?
I didn't care until.
Yeah, now I have a dog in the
Oh,
life.
now you guys have a vote. I see how it is.
Skeletor's comfy hoodie. Cobwebs. I almost bucked the system. I was close. You all saw.
Hey, you fought the law and the law won.
Am I the only one that keeps running the Nemo scene in my head? I'm a piranha. The wife and not the wife. Nice shirt, Shannon. Thank you, Harry Beastie. Piranha Killer from South America. God protect us. Tina, my shirt is Alien taking Jonesy to the vet. Hang on a second. Without doubt, one of my absolute favorites. First of all, it's very colorful. And second of all, it's Alien, which I love, and Jonesy. So Alien is taking Jonesy to the vet for a checkup.
Jonesy the cat. Alien.
So cool. Okay.
So boy, some high drama at the beginning.
Fishy delishy.
At the beginning.
Did we settle on Fishy Delishy?
Fishy delishy is
I
Fishy delishy for the winner. Is that what you're saying, Tarantula? Is that the winner? Rue says that's his name. Kitty P. I was going to say a costume for a certain small hairy creature from a certain cartoon that's name will not be mentioned here. Poor Kitty P.
Do you mean Scrappy Doo? Is that who you mean? 'Cause that's who you could mean.
Thank you, Jordan. And Jordan, you have some surprises coming for you for your birthday, Tarantula. Is that the winner, Tarantula? Gosh,
I think that was the official.
Fishy Delishy.
Fishy delishy.
How about it?
CS Creations. Man, I'll find the link for the shirt here. Hang tight. Isn't that a great shirt? I know.
Odds are good that Scott Coldheart will find the link to the shirt and post it before you can, because he is a ninja.
Fishy Delishy is the winner.
Okay,
Yes.
it is the piranha mask.
And that is the name of it, too.
It will get named something else, and we will call it Fishy Delishy.
I don't know. I could handle that name.
Fishy Delishy. How about it?
Yeah, that could be the
Great.
official
It's a
name.
great name.
I realize you just got all clayed up, but
Murderfish.
so I went ahead and I outlined it with the silver sharpener so I could see it just so.
Mm-hmm.
I think you hit it with the airbrush
Yeah, we'll hit it with the airbrush.
around that side and it'll look really
There's the,
nice.
There's the shirt
Don't
link,
turn
guys.
Yeah. Would you start putting clay on this?
I will.
See how I'm doing it?
Yes.
And it's just the whole thing gets it.
Tarantula has spoken.
Thank you for your confusing service. I know it's difficult.
Fishy Delishy. Tarantula, is Merlin your kitty? Yep. Oh my goodness, what are you doing over there? Oh no. Oh no. Oh my god.
And I helped.
Oh my goodness.
Now, we've done no distressing on this yet.
None.
We've done no distressing. We haven't painted the inside black.
Oh boy.
Here, turn it. That's kicked up. There you go.
Nice. Delightful. Do the laugh. Nice.
You
Lovely.
flea-bitten buffoon!
That's amazing. Awesome. Kick ass.
And it even has, we haven't distressed it yet, but it actually has an applique of the bat that he has on his hood, on this hood.
Lisa says, finally, a Masters of the Universe villain that I know.
I knew that right.
He looks so cheerful. Yes, he just needs a moving jaw. Freaking awesome. Rodney Pope is laughing. Is it too late to change my vote? Awesome, Alan. You need to sculpt his ram skull staff. Fantastic. That is amazing. Perfect. You should add external jaw bones on the piranha mask. That fabric looks really nice. Looks great, and I'm not even a fan, said Third Degree.
It's a nice clean look. It's that greenish yellow and purple. They just look good together. Back with the
Awesome.
hat.
Cool. So cool. It looks so good.
Carry on. I'm gonna see because it's dry out there. Bet it is.
Christopher says awesome sewing skills.
Yeah, she rocks.
Piranha mask needs a moving jaw.
What I think I'm going to do is I'm going to make it kind of a zombie piranha. I think that will add interest, and I think that that will allow this to be a more successful mask. So it's kind of an undead zombie piranha. I think that'll be nice.
So I'm trying to find a tailor locally that can sew those Hawaiian dress shirts with the well-weaved fabric. I find no luck.
Rue's wife. Ghastly garments or ghoulish garments. Ghoulish garments?
Rue, can you say what's going on here?
He knew that.
Rue, there's a, did you see that? Is it ghastly or ghoulish?
I think it's ghoulish garments.
Yeah, it's ghoulish.
Cause they're ghoulish garments. Do-do-do-do.
Okay.
And we have a
Will you
doggo.
be working ram head staff that can really smite Beastman with a power ray? I'm just asking. That's John C. who sent me a Ripley and Jonesy pop, so your answer is yes.
I don't think he'll be smiting Beastman. I think that he'll be smiting He-Man.
Why do you lay the clay out in smaller pieces?
So I can control the thickness. If I put on sheets of clay, I don't know where there's air pockets. I have to spend a little bit more time making sure that the clay sheets are even, and this isn't even. And then you put them down and they butt up and you have to meld them together so that area is thinner. I just like to put it on, I should put it on in like between a grape and a golf ball size pieces, but I don't. I put it on in bigger pieces.
Ooh, rotted and decayed, says Corey Seymour. Rachel says, I wish I had money to get some of your stuff. But today is one of my best friend's birthday. He loves Masters of the Universe. I got none. Janine Lorenz. Oh, she's talking to KBFX. How about a money piranha?
The mummified piranha?
That might be a little much. That would take longer than 10 seconds to explain.
Oh, it's something like a lower jaw that attaches to the chest, and the head movement up and down would give a little biting motion.
Yes. We're getting close to hammerhead shark in size, though. I want this to be contained in here simply because I want actors to wear it all night and not hate me.
Piranha Raw, the underliving. Piranha Raw. The way Hammer Time is sitting on that headphone makes it look like he's wearing a Hawaiian shirt from a distance. When you're
Okay.
using your clay, do you rinse it out or you just reuse it as is?
I normally don't reuse it. Normally I just chuck it.
When the minions mess up at the end of He-Man wins, he always takes it out on his henchmen.
He does. He does. He's. I learned all my management skills from Skeletor.
You did.
Yeah, I did.
Okay, that's a t-shirt, y'all.
I learned all my management skills from Skeletor.
Everything I needed to know about management, I learned from Skeletor.
Zygone Studios has a great Piranha mask and costume.
They do.
Rachel, we went out to eat tonight, and I got to have a chaser of Benadryl thanks to food allergies. I'm hoping to make it through the live stream before I pass out. What'd you have to take it for, Rachel?
Yeah. What'd you
What'd you eat?
eat?
Just thinking, could you use your drool coughing where you're not going to paint over the piranha for the for that fresh from the sea slimy look, especially over the eyes.
Yes, I could.
Rodney says, so, since my skull was a little on the small side, should I put a thicker layer of clay?
Well, you used an Ed head, which is kind of just a little bit smaller, but it's not ridiculously small. Yeah, I mean, that's not a bad idea. I like to go about 3/4 of an inch. That's how thick that I go with clay.
Hugo says, greetings to Jonesy the cat. Is there a zombie He-Man coming?
No, I'm not going to do any. The good guys just don't look interesting. I might at some point, if it excites someone, I might do Faker. I'm going to be honest with you, and I'm kind of saying this for the first time in front of my wife because I haven't said it in front of her, really. I want to go to the PowerCon He-Man convention in California next year.
As Skeletor?
No, as Beastman. And if folks want to go with me, I want to have quality costumes for us to hit the floor in. I think that'll be a good time.
Are those fighting words?
Okay. So luckily, where people's eyes are piranha nostrils. So that's easy. And I have these, which I think will make nice actual fish eyes.
Tarantula said, you know what I had for dinner? Fishy delicious. Bill Batchelor, happy Wednesday to all, and to all a good go make stuff. Hello, Bill.
Hooray!
Great EVA foam armor idea based on the old Centurions cartoon. Rachel says, I was exposed to seafood residue.
Oh,
We
no.
had Mongolian grill, and no one in my group had seafood, but there was enough residue on the table
Yeah.
and the air from others' food being cooked that I reacted. Is it shellfish, Rachel?
And it's all done on the grill, so I can see that.
Okay.
There's the doggos bursting in like Kool-Aid Man.
Will you wear the beast mode costume on the plane?
Not on the plane.
That's a legitimate question. We need a stuffed Orco. that
Listen,
looks
if-
like he-
It's hard to get me in an airplane seat as is. With padded shoulders and stuff, that's not gonna happen.
We need a stuffed Orco that looks like he had the snot beat out of him to carry around with you, Alan. Scott McDonald. Wait, there's a He-Man convention? Why am I just now hearing about this?
It's called PowerCon, and it is in California. Of course, it was canceled this year, but
Kenny says, love the puppetees.
I am hoping for next year.
CS Creations, make a Bucket Buddy Orco.
You easily could make a Bucket Buddy Orco.
Wow, Rachel. Rachel says, all seafood, but shellfish is the worst. My goodness.
Wow, that's stinko.
That's crazy scary. Are you, is your screen in focus? You look fuzzy on my feed. But
That's because you're having issue. I'm very clear.
Okay, I'm gonna, let me turn off.
You're having some speed issues.
Some Wi-Fi here. Can't do it on my city phone, but I can do it on that. Okay. Are you planning on using only piranhas as inspiration, or will you use other scary fish to flesh out the design?
I've done so many other scary fish that I have to use just piranhas. Simply because I've already done it. I mean, I've already done. I did a hammerhead shark. I did a great white shark just recently. I'm going to make a seahorse out of the goat. I have my fish man that I normally do, which is I have the fish man over here, and I have Mercedes. So here's my other fish man, and he was kind of generic. So I have to make sure, this is a black and white version, I have to make sure that what I do is different from those. This is a new fin design for the Mersapian. They're not in or anything yet, but I think that's more true to the character. So, in order to keep him away from others, someone mentioned Zagone. Zagone has like a swamp monster or sea monster type, but it's not piranha based.
Kitty FX says, I love a good clam linguine from time to time. Here in Florida, you can find some amazing restaurants with fresh seafood by the beaches. Alan lived in Florida for a while.
I did, lived in Orlando.
Barracuda would be cool.
Barracuda. I'm gonna have to step outside and grab myself some more wet clay
Where is it?
in my car.
There's another block right there.
That's not wet,
Oh,
that's water-based.
oh my.
The piranhas and Piranha 3D that came out back in 2010 were really creepy. Looking into any chance of you using their design for inspiration?
Their design was a piranha ancestor that was a Doncleosteus. I think it. I'm not saying the name right. I know that much, but it was an ancient armored fish, one of the big bony fish. So probably not. I'm gonna stick with piranha. Okay. All right, now I got to go grab more clay. I'll be right back. My car is literally right outside that door.
Michael Lassiter says, too many kitten videos, it slows the feed chain. Michael,
That's right.
I don't have enough.
He ain't
kitten-
wrong.
I don't have enough kitten videos. I need more. Thank you, Tarantula. Tarantula says there is no such thing as too many kitten videos. Hi, Horror Beauty. Piranhas, you missed an incredible battle and near revolt of the ruling of what we're going to make tonight. Because it came down to Whiplash from, is it Masters of the Universe Whiplash and Piranha? But before that, there was nearly a revolt to make Mumra, I don't know.
Mumra is from
Masters of the Universe?
no, actually.
Thundercats.
Thundercats, okay. So there you go. You missed a mighty duel.
Who missed the duel?
Horror Beauty.
Just down here.
It was
Chaos.
intense to say the, and I haven't heard from Cobweb since. I think he's gone off and he's angry.
Oh, cobwebs, no.
I have not heard from Cobweb.
Don't leave angry.
Third Degree says it was the most viable third-party candidate campaign in history.
Oh.
I don't think he's wrong.
I mean, seriously, that you actually had to stop it for a bit. John C. Those piranhas were for sale online a few years ago, and unfinished, painted, and animatronic. Or I think that was like
Yeah, he means the ones from Piranha 3D. Yeah, and you can actually still buy them. They're out there. There's units out there for sure.
Chad Smith wants to know, how far away are you from bidding?
About an hour. Roughly an hour.
Corey Seymour, I might need to put out the Dolph Lundgren Masters of the Universe movie.
Well, I'm not a huge fan of that one, but
Is Frank Langella Skeletor in that one?
yes.
Hey,
Yes.
you knew that reference.
It's the only one that,
Nah.
it's the only He-Man movie that was made, so
Oh, okay. But
yeah,
I still do that.
you did know it.
That makes me somewhat cool. When I come down, I'm thinking of going there to pick up some supplies I need to bidding, says Chad Smith.
You should have.
Well, yeah, we'll go. We'll do it.
Chad is the extra car.
Empty out his car.
So he's got room for stuff.
Oh, yes. I'll be specific.
Tarantula says, I don't like that movie, but that version of Evelyn was gorgeous.
Yes. That was a good Evelyn.
Corey Seymour says, I have a lot of nostalgia for the live action movie. I watched it a lot as a kid.
I understand that. I'm not going to say you're wrong in front of all these people. I wouldn't do that to you. So I am hitting my clay with a little bit of vinegar because this actually has a little bit of mold on it. And that happens sometimes with water-based clay. with any kind of water-based clay. It happens with wet, but it's only on the outside. So I put a little bit of vinegar on there, and this will be perfectly fine.
Dead End Yard Hot says, I was at Biddy this morning.
Cool.
Larry, good evening, Alan and the Stiltby's crew. Cabin and Mojo says Frank Langella was a great Skeletor, even though he acted more like Hordak.
Well, they needed both of them.
Scott McDonald, did you ever see the Thundercats phony movie trailer on YouTube? It is awesome. They put Brad Pitt as Lionel and Vin Diesel as Pantero.
Panthro.
Pantero.
Panthro.
There's no H in this.
Well, that's a typo.
It's not.
Panthro. Panthro.
Pantero.
No, just Panthro.
It's not how you wrote it.
Panthro. He has
It's okay to love
nunchucks.
it. It's okay to love entertainment, even if you know it's not good. I love Surf Ninjas. No shade.
It is. It really is. I mean, and it's a fun movie.
Scott, my mistake. What are you sculpting tonight?
I'm sculpting a piranha mask by. That's what everybody wants. I'm sculpting a mask based off a piranha called Fishy Delishy.
Is that what you're going to name him?
It'll be on the table. Let's put it
It's
that
a
way.
great name.
Again, I don't normally name my masks. Other people do.
Yeah, but I like that.
Because I would name this Fishman Mask number 3
Right.
or Piranha Mask.
Habit and Mojo says, I miss cheesy Canon films.
Piranha
Or
Mask.
says,
Piranha Mask.
and you will just mold those eyes in place, right? Remove
Yep.
them after molding?
Yeah, because they're a nice clean dome. I will grease them up and hope for the best.
Tarantula says, you have no idea how happy that would make me.
Name it Fishy Delicious.
Tarantula said fishy delicious.
It's on the table.
Third Degree says, I think the name Fishy Delicious is pure gold.
Pretty good.
If Warren likes it, it must be good. It's Misty, I vote for Fishy Delicious.
We're not voting on names yet. We don't vote on
they've got
names.
Opinions. They're impassioned.
Well, that gets us in trouble. We saw that earlier.
Can piranhas have fish allergies? Corey says, ichthyoside. Ichthyoside?
Ichthyoside would be a good name.
That is a cool name.
It's death by fish.
Hey, Robert White. My little fishy. Hi, Pinshot.
Nice.
What'd you say?
The death from below.
Death fishy. My little fishy. My little fishy. My little fishy. Is that the My Little Pony?
Mm-hmm.
96 people are watching. You have been on for 67 minutes. Hi,
67 minutes. How long have I been sculpting?
What? 10 minutes?
Okay.
Cabin Emoji says, you want a Pisces me? Hey, it was 1980. I haven't seen 1980 tonight.
Mojo. I expect higher quality puns from you, sir.
Oh! Wait a minute. Michael Lassiter, did you just send me kitten videos
What?
after
Traitor!
after
Traitor!
after shamelessly
You're trying to slow down the
outing
feed.
me? No!
Oh my goodness.
Oh, there's a ginger and a little. These are Halloween kitties.
Wife,
Oh.
comments. You're falling behind.
Michael.
The comments are just rolling in right now,
Michael, just send them to me.
and no one's looking at them.
They're too cute. You have to put them in the butcher.
Oh, no, bring them Bring them here. I'll take them. Oh my gosh.
Rodney?
Thank you, Corey. He says I made up that word. So you did great pronouncing it. You guys keep me on the smash the thumbs up. Oh my goodness. Thank you, Michael Lassiter. They're adorable. I'll take them. Let me know when I come pick them up. Like tomorrow, I'm free. I'm not really free tomorrow. I'm not free at all, but I'll be there. I don't even know where you live. Bring those kittens. Hey, weird kid. If we get a thumbs down, is it because CC is mad? Cobwebs is bad. Cobwebs just disappeared.
Yeah, he's bailed. He's like, no, Mum Ra, I'm out.
You're gonna have to do a Mumra now. Now, was Mumra on the list?
Mum Ra's on the list.
He is on the list.
Oh, he's been on the list.
Oh.
So I'm raking right now. And this is a step that a lot of people skip. They try to just smooth out with what they've got. And raking it from here, very helpful to just allow you to see what's happening with your clay.
Is this your new rake?
This is one of the ones that I got at the Lowe's. Rodney Pope kind of mentioned it to me, and I thought, well, I'll give it a shot. It is a flooring adhesive spreader from Lowe's, and it's working pretty good.
Scott Creighton said, Cobwebs took his mummy wrap and went home.
That's right.
Womp womp.
Michael Astor said they're kitten pictures, not videos.
And if I recall, Cobwebs normally does some driving, like right when we start. Like he's with us at the beginning, then he has to drive, and he gets back on like 45 minutes later.
Yeah.
So we may be there, or he has abandoned us forever.
Alan loved the pool noodle video. Looks like a lot can be done with that method. Said
Yes,
Jerry.
and I was amazed at how many people didn't know it. That, you know, I have gotten a lot of positive feedback for it, so that's good. I like it when I put something out that people are going to use and enjoy. Make someone's life easier. That's always a good thing to do.
Tarantula says, make sure you brush your fishing. John C. says, Home Depot has a set of 3 spreaders in the plumbing department.
Really nice.
One looks like the bulldog of the rivers, said Corey Seymour.
They have some crazy teethus. That is their #1 trait, and I'm going to sculpt them in clay. I'm not going to do the resin teeth on him, although the teeth I did for Merman are pretty darn piranha-y. In order to keep the difference that I need between the masks, I will do it. I'll sculpt them.
Julie B. says, love the pool noodle video. Connie says, I was blown away with the pool noodle body. Loved it.
Fast. It's fast. That's what I like, and it's inexpensive.
Flesh hanging from the piranha teeth.
I'm gonna actually have some flesh hanging from him himself, because I'm gonna do him a little bit zombified. So I'm gonna do him with a little bit of rot to it. I think that'll be kind of fun.
But will there be a shrimp?
Say nay to shrimps.
Stephen Scott says, points go a core whenever I was a kid back in '86 at Cito's Discount Center or Gibson's. For the one old enough to remember it. Weird Kid says, my dollar store cheap goods tut will be out on Saturday. Seymour. All those, are those the same teeth you use for Hammerhead?
Yes.
Tarantula, I'll be using pool noodles on a huge prop, and I was going to caulk them, so that was extremely helpful.
Good, good. I'm glad it was timely.
Heaven and Mojo. Sometimes pipe insulation is a more economical choice of pool noodles, but you can find cheap free pool noodles at garage sales and thrift shops.
Also, the pool noodles are actually a stiffer polyethylene foam than the pipe insulation.
Brilliantly Handsome says this sculpt would make a really cool anglerfish as well.
Yes. Yes, it could.
I was taping plastic bottles together to make my skeleton frames. I like your pool noodle idea better, says Mystique Jerry Smith.
Awesome.
Michael says, you looked very tired in the YouTube Wednesday video, but you look refreshed tonight.
You know what? I didn't shoot that YouTube Wednesday video till I started shooting at 11 p.m. I had a book submission that I had to do, and that took me quite a while.
Bill Batchel says, the little girl Darla from Finding Nemo. I'm a piranha. Alan, will we get a giant boot soft shoe dance tonight?
Anything could happen. We never know.
Ooh, Chad Smith. Yesterday I smoked a pork loin and I made homemade smoked mac and cheese. Pretty darn good. I'll bet it was.
Listen, I can be bought with mac and cheese. Like, seriously.
Stacy's breathing heavy. That sounds pretty amazing. The plumbing wraps are made of foam rubber, says John C.
Yeah, it's a polyethylene foam. The expensive ones, the iso foam ones, those are much more of an upholstery foam rubber. But the cheaper ones, the coarser ones, that are like $2 a piece, those are actually polyethylene foam, and they will stick together the same way. But the soft ones will not.
Book submission? I'm curious.
It's a book about haunting, and I was asked to be a part of it and contribute something, so I did. We'll see. I was asked to contribute something for consideration, so I did. That does not mean that they will pick what I gave them.
James Franklin says, okay, back from supper. Did I miss the part where you dance?
Yeah, you just missed Dirty Monster dancing.
Scott Creighton says, I want to see the dance in stilts.
Nobody puts mom around the corner.
The stilts actually make you seem like a better dancer than you are because your moves are exaggerated. And that's very helpful to this terminally white man.
Rachel Howell says, I touched the butt. Rachel?
From Finding Nemo.
Oh, Finding Nemo.
They don't know that it's called a boat. So I think it's a butt.
Oh.
They're fish and they dare each other to touch the boat.
We haven't watched that in a long time.
I don't think I've ever seen Finding Nemo.
You have. You
I
watched
did?
it with me.
We did?
Yeah.
Did I like it?
No.
Okay.
Tarantula. I did an undead mermaid painting last year. That was part anglerfish, part
Awesome.
lionfish, skeletal, and bioluminescent.
Share that pic in the face.
That might be a nice costume and some LED and fiber optics. Tarantula, you should post that.
And one of the things that's going to be on the list is a mermaid tail. Because I need to make a mermaid tail for October, because if I don't make it now, we won't have time. We're going to have such an accelerated build schedule, but also, you know what, why not have a mermaid tail for
Do we get to have a mermaid in the show?
We have a mermaid, the whole cave. It's a mermaid
The whole
cave.
cave's a mermaid cave?
Yeah.
Oh, information I did not know.
Can we have a fat mermaid?
Sure. Sure.
There's another t-shirt right there.
I'm just saying.
She's totally willing.
So what you're saying is you can't get around enough in Mrs. Claus, so you want to strap on a mermaid tail?
I was saying I was
what I'm
willing
about to say.
to be in a spot where I don't I didn't even need to be the whole season. Maybe just a cameo.
She's already done the claws. She's already proven herself.
That's right. Make me a terrifying mermaid.
That's what I want. I want terrifying mermaids.
That would be fun.
Mermaids are one of what I call core creatures because every culture has some kind of a mermaid. Like no matter where you are in the world, there is a mermaid that inhabits that area.
Michelle said, I love that squeal, Stacy. That is great. Happy for you.
Happy for me. She's happy for me just finding out.
Just finding out about it. Line Cook says, I love the video and the creeper page, Stacy.
Oh, there you go.
The pool noodle reminds me of high-density polyethylene, which is also fused together with heat.
Yeah, it is polyethylene. It's a lower density polyethylene foam. It is in that same family.
Anglerfish mask on the Monster Camp class photo. That is correct, John C.
Yep.
We did have an anglerfish. Apitomonia says haunting, consideration, they, curiouser, and curiouser. Bob Bodie left a lasting impression. Michael Astor. Backer rod is closer to pool noodles and it's solid. It can give different options.
Yes, but it's just much lower density.
So when does Dark Hour typically open for the haunt season?
Last weekend in September.
Hi, Masato. Says hello and he loves the dancing video. Tarantula says, I put the painting up on Facebook if anyone's interested. Ooh.
That was like a year ago. It was crazy.
Did you see the Discovery Channel faux documentary?
I did about
on
mermaids.
Mermaids, yes.
I did. Yes, I also saw the dragon one. I enjoy those.
Are you going to make an Ursula eventually? Flotsam and Jetsam? What about Saharan?
I don't know who those
landlocked
are.
Countries. Are there oasis mermaids? What about a Murloc?
That was a lot of questions at once, wife.
Well,
Are there any you want me to answer, or are we just moving on?
are you going to make an Ursula?
I have not intended to make an Ursula.
What about a Flotsam and Jetsam?
We have made lots of eel stuff because I think Moray Eels are terrifying. So we have done a lot of Moray Eels.
Oasis mermaids.
Those cultures do not have them until they start seafaring, but it has mermaids.
What about a Murloc?
I've already made a Murloc, and this head will be very similar to a Murloc head because they have very piranha-esque heads.
I'm just saying.
I have a 4.5 foot tall Murloc in my monster museum.
These, but it could be. I can do that. Oh, flavor picture over.
If you're married, are you a married man? Mermadam.
A mermadam.
Mermadam. Boy.
That's only if you run a mergrunfle.
So the original He-Man character's name, Merman, his original name was Seaman, and they ran into some problems in marketing, so they had him renamed.
Mermaids, not worm-aids. Worm-maids, not worm-aids. Mermatron. Sand wormaids. Hello, Alexander Castle. Will the piranha have a fin?
No, because their fin doesn't start until much further on their back.
And the finlet was a fluke.
Finlet.
Get out.
That was terrible. 1980's not here, so Stacy's
I'm
catching
filling
out.
in.
Scott, Van Stacy. Silence her for 5 minutes in the group.
Yeah. Seaman and Fisto's Excellent Adventure.
Oh, no.
I don't know who said that, and don't tell me.
Tarantula. Seaman, his trusty sidekicks. Oh, God.
No, no.
Never mind. Sorry. Okay, Habit and Mojo, you are now on review status. You in 1980, I can no longer free read you. I can no longer free read you. Now you must be reviewed before you are spoken. I have to do this to 1980. Now it must be you as well. Habit and Mojo says, no one watches South Park?
I don't watch anything. I don't watch anything.
Really don't anymore.
I'm one of those people
We have
who like,
stopped watching.
I need to watch more TV.
We have stopped watching. We go weeks without turning
It
on
was
TV.
it was when your family was here and they were talking about all the shows they
I
binge
know.
watch.
I know.
I'm like, well, I've watched 4 hours of television
I know.
total.
And we got Hulu.
That's
because
good because we're gonna watch What We Do in the Shadows tomorrow.
Some cooking shows, but that's it.
Have you seen the first season of What We Do in the Shadows?
Oh,
No.
I've seen this
Okay.
movie.
None.
You just saw the original. Hello, James Minnick. Chad says, anymore. This is all I watch. Live with Alan. Tarantula says, you have ascended. No longer the watcher. You are the one who is watched.
Well, I mean that's yes. Produce more than you consume. One of my theories is that if you are going to watch 2 hours of television, then do something, for 2 hours that's producing something. We do so much consuming of other people's content that we have to create our own or we could get lost. Our voice, even inside of ourselves, will be quieted because people aren't expressing themselves. I unfriend people on Facebook all the time if all they do is share memes. I'm not learning anything about them, so I'm not, why keep them around? They're just sharing memes, and the memes don't tell me about them. They didn't make that. That's not their words. They don't really believe it. It's very frustrating. So, yeah, produce more than you consume.
Bill Batchelor says, I watch Stiltby Studios live feeds and the reruns.
I think. Stop. Wire time.
Weird Kid says, I'm the same, I just don't have time for TV. I do record and watch Rick and Morty. Happen and Mojo, all hail the Watcher.
Who watches the watch?
Chad Smith says, I hate memes. Kitty P, my godson went to Peru on a church trip. They stayed in a remote village that ate whatever they trapped, shot, or stepped on. Piranha, tarantulas, sloths, beetles did not matter.
That's awesome.
Corey says, the philosophy of hops, words to live by.
Well, I don't know if they're words to live by. They're words for me. They might not work for everybody. I mean, my brain is wired a very particular way.
Oh my gosh, Krista, that's beautiful.
And other people's brains may not be wired the same way. So what I say may not work for them.
Yeah. Should you did the mermaid painting?
Corey
Sorry.
says, the philosophy of hops, words to live by. HPK Style says, nothing worth watching on TV, so my new thing is watching live streams like this and
Cool.
other positive vibes. Habit and Mojo, Alan Hops is the haunted world's Deepak Chopra. Tarantula.
Is he a wrestler?
No,
If he was, he'd be my favorite.
Oh god. Oh, her face.
You know all the masters of never mind. Tarantula. I do that a lot, but I'm just not a terribly social person. I only go outside for Halloween. Weird Kid. If I'm not shooting a video of what I'm making, I love to play a random horror movie to listen to in the background. This part we can do once. That sounds nice. We like to know. Terry the Isles says Weird Kid. Tarantula. Kitty P. I do not want to be eaten. You know what, Alan? I used to watch so much TV, so many shows. But since I've started making these face masks, I've been so busy making these, it feels so much more satisfying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What
Right?
What of you is going out into the world? It's like all of media
So much weird.
has us sitting in one spot and just soaking things in. But you have to do something that puts you out into the world somehow. Doesn't matter what it is, but something. Produce stuff that other people can consume or see and get to know you. Got a little preachy there. Sorry about that. Okay, so I'm actually, you guys see it very differently than I do, and I need to go a little bit further away, but it's a piranha.
Hello, Danielle Wilson. Connie Pierce says, it's much more satisfying to produce more than you consume. I'm not wired to sit and watch TV. I even had a hard time just sitting to watch you. I just did the dinner dishes while watching you. Hello, Joanna Crowley. Tarantula says, the eyes are so cute.
You have to be careful with big eyes, because big eyes can make something really cute. If you want to make something cute, give it big round eyes, and it is way cuter than it is. There's an excellent study on YouTube of, can we make something that's inherently creepy cute? And they invented Portia the spider, who is, look it up, Portia the spider, super cute. Everybody loves Portia the spider, and it was just a test.
Porche.
I think it's like the car. Maybe it's Portia. I don't know.
It is Porche.
So I just wired the mouth. I wanted to make it look right closed so that when I make it open, it can look right open. And they don't have big.
Did you mean Lucas the spider?
Maybe Lucas.
Yeah, the Portia the spider is a.
The spider.
He's also a cute spider.
But
It's
he's
a,
not
it's
big
a
Eyes.
spider.
You're talking about big eyes like Lucas.
Yeah, Lucas the spider.
Lucas.
Look up Lucas. He was the one.
Oh, yes. Yes.
Way cute, right?
It was
Way cute.
adorable.
Same thing.
Chad
That is
Smith
a spider I
says,
would be okay with.
I've been asked to help with effects on a horror sequel that is being filmed in August. Get the prop list next week. So excited.
Cool.
Hope that goes.
Tarantula says, cute can be creepy. That reminds me of Lucas the spider. Yeah, that's who it was, Rachel.
Yeah, I was wrong.
Cute can be very creepy. Look at Poppy. So
Yes.
freaking creepy.
They probably don't know about Poppy, because I don't think we were live when we were talking about it.
I don't think we were. Oh, Poppy.
But yeah, you could share some Poppy on the
I
group.
will share some Poppy in the
This is something that I introduced Stacy to, and she has developed a minor obsession.
minor.
Okay, an obsession, because it is a style of creepy that it's significantly different, and it's refreshing.
Poppy the girl.
Yes.
Heaven and Mojo says, yep, big eyes are endearing. The same proportions as a baby. In evolutionary terms, researchers think it is a major component for communal living. Let's see. Poppy, that creepy lady.
Yes.
Well,
Rachel
yeah,
says, I do not like Lucas. He makes my skin crawl.
nice.
Oh, yeah.
She's got the voice and like speech patterns of one of the Manson girls.
I don't know.
Is it
Charlie never killed anybody. I don't know.
like that? Oh, it's so creepy.
Yes. Yeah.
So
Poppy says she does.
I sculpted the mouth closed, and then I just wired it open so I could get a good jaw happening.
People are watching.
99 people watching me make a fish,
Hey, 99 people.
watching me work on Fishy Delishy.
See? Chad Smith, just Google Lucas. It's so adorable. You could get a Lucas plushie if and you are so inclined.
I'm sure that you could.
If we got a Lucas plushie, doggos would kill it.
They would eat the heck out of it. They'd be like, Lucas is delicious. Send us more Lucas.
They left that bear alone so far.
They haven't noticed it. He's doomed as soon as they do.
We got a small bear. It's not a big bear.
Next projects, vines from pool noodles, figures made from sticks, clear wrap and stain. Also painting my foam latex prosthetics since day.
Cool.
Corey says, Mermaid of the Living Dead.
Yeah, I think that his profile is really going to be helped by. His profile will be helped a lot by teeth. There are 3 browns. Wonderful.
2,
And a
3.
pink.
And a pink.
My work here is done. That means get to work, wife. I was talking. This water is
Yeah, okay.
murky. Gotta be careful.
Fishing machine.
What did you just pull out of that?
And the old sponge,
Oh,
the old black sponge.
oh good.
This is the new black sponge.
Backer rod might work better for vines or maybe a combo to add winding details. Happening Mojo says, they made a Blumhouse movie loosely based on Poppy, and the far skeevier guy who produced them. I believe it's on Hulu. Maybe you should check it out.
Is it a documentary or is it a horror movie?
It sucks so
If
hard.
it's a Blumhouse, it's a horror movie, I have to say.
Hello, Jacob Earl says, did someone say bingo?
Yes, they did.
Any recommendations for doing live streaming YouTube videos? I've never done it, and I've been thinking about starting.
Sure, start. I use my phone. What you're looking at right now, that's my phone. So, I mean, it's easy. It's You don't need a lot of gear. I mean, I'm actually having a meeting Friday with someone to up my live streaming game so we can have multiple cameras and that kind of stuff. Because I'm ready to take that next step. But I've been doing this for years with just my cell phone. So don't feel obligated that you need a bunch of equipment. It's a platform. It's kind of a stage. If you're not comfortable on stage, then work on how you present. But no, I'd recommend anybody do it who wants to.
Tarantula. I would love to get into YouTube, but my anxiety would never let that happen.
I understand that.
Is it My Valentine from Into the Dark? Is that the?
Yeah. What's that Poppy-esque movie? Because I'm very interested.
Yes, same.
Happen in Mojo. Get a cute girl in skimpy clothing. Guaranteed 1 million views. Corey Seymour, thank you for the info. Rachel Powell.
If y'all want, I can throw on some skimpy clothing. Shannon said that wasn't a good idea.
Let's not.
Yeah. See.
So the placement of those natural human eyes, will those be the fish nose holes?
Yep. Those are nostrils. This sculpt is swimming right along.
Murky Lurker, name idea.
Yeah.
That's a good name. Heaven says, or a gorgeous, effeminate queen guy, also 1 million views.
How about Fat Harry Craftsman? How do those do on YouTube?
Michael Lasser says, wow, Alan just went 1980. 100 people are watching.
Hi, 100 people.
Hi, everybody.
Alan, is this a piranha?
This will be a piranha.
Question. Corey says, here, here for all fat, hairy craftsmen.
Yeah. We gotta stick together.
That's
Amen.
the cutest sneeze I've ever heard. Chad says, oh my god, I just got a mental image of Alan on the live in short, cut off denim shorts and a crop top.
Them Daisy Dukes, though.
No, Chad. That's for me.
Oh.
Dick Girl. Werewolf, but in a bikini. No, Jacob. That's for me.
Who showed you my bikini photos?
Happen Emojo says, yes, Valentine is the film. And
Okay.
big, hairy craftsmen connect well with wide demographics. That's the movie Valentine?
Yes, it's on Hulu.
Yeah, she's creepy.
She's so creepy. I'm in love with that aesthetic. That whole like deeply unsettling, like very femme, weird. Yeah, I'm into it.
So I'm taking some time to sculpt the inside of the mouth first, because once I put teeth in, I won't be able to get to it. So I'm just working on some things inside of the mouth.
Chad says, wow, there's just a little bit of insight into you too. Alan never said a word. Bill Batchelor, Alan, if that doesn't work out for you, you can always get oral surgery.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okie doke.
He might be behind when I was wiring the jaw.
John says fish nose holes are called nares, pronounced nares.
Cool.
Okay.
And now you knows.
Brandon said he had to go somewhere. If I remember right, his girlfriend's an ichthyologist.
Nice.
Brandon's girlfriend?
I
thought
thought Brandon was the etymologist.
The etymologist.
Yeah,
And his girlfriend is,
Entomologist.
she was a shark expert,
but Brandon is,
a bug guy.
and she's a shark girl.
Yeah, The Adventures of Bug Guy and Shark Girl.
I've seen that movie.
The more you knows. Oh, Corey.
I've
That was Stacey. That was Stacey.
been cracking Corey up tonight. I'm winning.
You are. There's no 1980.
I know.
If you like that aesthetic, wait a minute, I gotta read this. This
Okay.
happened in Mojo. Okay, okay. If you like that aesthetic, but want actual good stories and acting, I recommend the Hannibal TV series. Beautiful and creepy, especially the cooking scenes.
Yes. I also am about it.
Are they all is that all pastel and stuff? Because
No, it's
okay.
not the same kind of aesthetic. It is a very elegant spooky.
Okay.
It is a really great depiction. If you're a Thomas Harris fan, it's a really great depiction of Hannibal. It's not quite Jodie Foster movie, same level of that, but Mads Mikkelsen, the guy they have playing Hannibal, is like the peak of urbane. He's so good. It's a great series.
Dalton Pierce says hello.
Somebody.
Hi, Dolphin.
Corey says he's a sucker for puns. Bill Baxter says it was great and creepy. Turning to the laugh so bad. Wow, you alright?
Yes.
Highly recommendable Hannibal series. Just fantastic.
Yes, agreed. It does have some monster-iness, but not as much as you would like to make the investment for the series worth it.
Okay, I feel good about out here. It's not done, but I think the head shape is close. And now I'm going to do some scaling and moving. Not scaling because they're pretty smooth-headed, but I mean, I've got to do some stuff.
I know it's a ways off, but what do you plan to do for texture? Piranhas look really smooth.
I'm going to make them really smooth. I'm going to be true to my source material.
Are you still having the classes at your studio? I think last year you talked about the seminar you hosted, and I want to come.
Yes, we still do Monster Camp. This is a weird year, so it's difficult this year and right now. But we still do Monster Camp. We just haven't done one in a while because of COVID-19. We're waiting for the new and improved COVID-20 to come out. Now there are some fissure joints in the face, and I want to make sure I hit those because they're one of my few chances for difference in texture. With the two of you guys over there, I feel like we have like a command central.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, it's like master control. I had a lot of Wendigo imagery through the series. Corey, you talking about Hannibal?
Sounds like it.
Tarantula. I want to give it a giant drag queen eyelashes so bad right now.
This is why I'm sculpting it and not you.
Chad Smith says, I just spoke to our state inspector, and it doesn't sound good for them providing permits for haunts this year.
Yeah, that happens.
Jacob Earl, the new swine flu has already started this year.
Awesome, can't wait.
Rodney says, can't wait for Monster Camp. Corey says, yes, Hannibal has a lot of Wendigo imagery.
Yeah, it does.
James Minnick says, I like your masks out.
Thanks, James.
It's an interesting take on the Wendigo. It's a very feathery, like it's like a raven deer hybrid.
Mm-hmm.
They do a really good job with it. It's very pretty. Sings. For our previous discussion, Alan, would you be interested in being on a panel of dudes in costuming?
Ooh,
Where?
Digitally.
Yes,
Remotely.
I can do that.
Okay.
I have to be careful what I say yes to because.
Yes. Yeah. It is all Zoom and.
Yeah, sure. I'll help in whatever.
Cool.
So I'm knocking these eye humps back a little bit. I'm gonna try and get them just thinner. I get a real nice smooth head. I want it to go from eye into head. easily. They don't have these big built-up bumps. I'm forced into it a little bit because of the eyes I'm using.
Tommy Tooney says, I did a Toxic Avenger full mask for a film in Florida. You would have approved.
Awesome. I'm
Thank
sure
God
I
it
would
smells
have.
fish breath. 99 people are watching.
Hello,
You've been
99
on
people.
for 105 minutes.
Hour and a half. And probably less than an hour on this sculpture. That's my guess. But I don't anticipate, I should be pretty close to done by 10:30 when we
Completely
wrap
done
up.
with the piranha?
Yeah, I'll be real close. It's a pretty smooth sculpture, and just there's not that much of it. He is kind of like one of the bony fishes. So
Same
there are.
idea. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
There's more plates that happen in him than scales per se.
Name idea, dead wake. Tarantula says, it is fishy delicious.
I like fishy delicious.
Look it, it's lovely.
Okay, I'm going to step away from it so I can be 10 feet away and look at it. Yes, I have the underbite that I want. The inside of the mouth is as done as I can make it, simply because I'm running into the mouth and nose. I do feel like this is going to be a nice alien mask. Very alien in look. Not movie alien, but not human alien.
Third degree is seeing fish heads, fish heads. Roly poly fish heads. Fish heads, fish heads.
Eat 'em up.
Yum. In the morning, happy, clapping. Happy fish heads in the evening, floating fish.
I love that you know that.
I took a fish head to a movie. Didn't have to pay to get in here. I've had offers from several haunts to come up there this season, but considering taking the season off, I'm going to take in haunts I normally wouldn't get a chance to go see some guest acting, says Michael Lester.
Awesome.
Christy says, you make sculpting look so easy. Scott Creighton says a good name is Sinker.
Sculpting is about learning how to see. Once you learn how to see, then you're going to be able to sculpt. And what I'm doing right now is there's a lot of loose flesh under the chino, so I'm going to work on it.
30 Degree says, you're welcome for the earworm. Oh, 1980s here. Now Stacy can relax.
I'm going to clear the air. We're not going to have a shrimp hanging out of its mouth, okay? I just want to say that up front.
Scott says, sink or swim. Planning to put holes in the mouth for breathing. I would think cutting it all out of casting would show too much of the actor.
You'd be amazed at how little of the actor you can see through holes, especially if it's off their face a little bit. These mouth tendons, I'm going to cut out behind them, so the straight-on view will be very clear. I also have to keep in mind that the actor might have to wear an N95 mask under this year, so I want to have lots of openings where those vents are on the side of the N95, because they actually have a membrane valve where when you breathe out, it lets the air out, but when you suck in, it has to be filtered through. So you have to consider those things now. Most of the masks that I make are going to have room for an N95 mask inside of them, simply because that could be something we're required to do to open. I don't know, but it's better if we do.
Chad, really? Says I took my Barracuda to the gas station just for the hell of it. Chad. Habit of Mojo says,
You're just going to read that?
Ciguatera, well, I already read it, is a toxic exposure that causes severe flu-like symptoms, and in especially severe cases can last months. Plus, it makes your body nervous, system crazy, cold feels hot, and vice versa. Well, that's cheerful. Stinky the fish. Fish stick. Fish sticks.
Fishy delishy.
Fishy delicious.
Named by Merlin the cat.
Chad says that was on the Dr. Demento album with the roly-poly fish heads on. Tarantula. Fishy delishy.
Okay, so I'm not hip. I had a moment there of trying to figure out what you were talking about because when you were saying Dr. Demento, I was thinking Dr. Detroit. And those are different.
Those are different.
Like the guy with the robot hand? He sings?
Tarantula, it says 60 likes on my screen. Michael Creighton says 24. I say 61. Ah, thank you, Habit and Mojo. I probably did. You skipped the previous post. Ciguatera is a toxic syndrome you get from eating real fish. So, name suggested. Let's forget I said anything. Real fish. Ciguatera. It's cool.
What is the name of the blowfish toxin again?
What's the name of the blowfish toxin?
Yeah, because there's the blowfish toxin has a name, and that was touted to be used in a lot of these zombie formulas by Hogan's.
Tetradetoxin.
Yeah.
Happened in Mojo knew. Kitty P says that's looking so good.
I knew once, but sometimes I let things go out of my head so I have room for others.
Hello, Edson.
Hello, Edson. Edson, I think my favorite thing you ever posted on the Creepers page was the picture of Skeletor in his Snuggie. So that says how I feel when I watch Alan Sculpt. That was very funny. And way better than some of the other stuff you posted. Edson sent me something the other day. Very courteously, he says, "I'm sorry, I sent you a political opinion. That was an accident. The funny thing under is what I really meant to send you." So I appreciate that. I want to have the face mostly done before I do the teeth, simply because the teeth are going to dry out fast. I'm going to make them razor thin. You know, they're going to be razor sharp piranha teeth. So I need to have things wrapped up. this has allowed me to put in just the tiniest hint of a brow. It won't actually be a brow, it'll just be a bump in this plate, but it'll feel a little bit like an angry brow.
Alan, when you feel the time is right, would love to get a zoom in on the sculpt.
Okay, it's chunky right now, so there's not a lot to zoom in on, but I will oblige you.
Wonder what other mask ideas are swimming around in Alan's head. Do you own Dark Hour, or what do you do there?
I'm the director of Dark Hour Haunted House. They had a couple directors before me. That was all in the concept stage. I'm the one that got it open. And I like working there. I run all my designs through Lucy, our owner, but I'm very blessed where she normally lets me run with something if I think it's a good idea. And we get to do cool things and take some chances sometimes, which is nice. We don't always get to do that.
Finally, this nice sculpt, finally a giant shrimp, and you have a wolfman hanging from his mouth. Tetradon is a puffer genus that means four-toothed. Tetrodotoxin is named after that puffer. Wow. If you wear that mask with some big eyelashes and fishnet stockings, you can be one hot piranha mama.
Who said that?
Tarantula. Maybe you can make a feeler with a light on his forehead. Novice question. You started with little blobs of clay instead of a large sheet. Why are blobs pushed together the better way to do it?
Because you have more control. You know how much clay is over that surface. Where there are the head contours. So if you put a big sheet over there, think about, okay, you know those toys that are a collection of not sharp pins that stick out and you can stick your face and it gives a good detail? If that was one block of wood and you pushed your face against it, would you get any detail? No. But because it's all those little pins, all those little pieces, I can actually adhere better to the surface of the sculpture and make sure I don't trap any air or anything. So that's what I'm doing, is I'm making a bunch of little points so that I have a better idea of the control of the thickness of the clay. A lot of things are going to come down to thickness of the clay, and I want to know from the get-go that I have it right. I don't want to go back and redo a lot of my forms because they're uneven and I didn't know it. When you cut your clay sheets a little thicker on one side than on the other, and you're working to even it out, and it just takes longer. I hope I answered your question effectively.
Hello, Edie.
Hello, Edie.
Edie loves the fishnet stockings. Could you carve the teeth out of EVA and then heat seal them for a clean, sharp effect for molding?
Yeah, I could.
So that's a great answer. Thanks. Just starting to play with clay.
And you know what? You do it the way that you're comfortable. I have, boy, Stacy, since you've known me, I bet I've made 120, 150 masks.
Handily.
Like a lot.
I only know for like 5 years.
I've made over, I know I'm over 2,000, but I don't know exactly where I'm at.
It's not even your final form.
Yeah, I mean, I'd make a lot of masks. But my point is, obviously, I have a way that I like to do it. And I'm not stuck in this way, though. Like, I evolve, and I want to learn things, and I listen. And I used to do the sheets of clay like other people do. And then I saw someone, and it just made more sense, the way that he did it with balls of clay. And while it takes a little bit longer initially to see the piece covered up, to get it evened out, takes less time. And I am all about speed. I do feel I'm dialing this guy in pretty quick. But I put these guys on here and I didn't smooth them out. I gotta go back down under here and start smoothing this out. I want to lift it up a little bit first.
He says that toy you were talking about was actually a work of art that a toy manufacturer sort of borrowed. Yeah, big payout for the artist.
Which toy?
Okay, 1980. How do you know a fish is ready for war?
I don't know.
Yes,
Oh.
Cat says, oh no, I would be an idiot not to listen to tips from the master. Hey, master. Hey, Alan, I think you're a part of a Facebook group, Original Mass Design. I just love scrolling through and seeing people's work. Some of them are incredible works of art.
I am. I'm a moderator there.
How do you know fish is ready for war? He hesitated. Tarantula says, husband wants to game. I'll check in on Fishy Delishy later. Thanks so much for the stream. That's Tarantula.
Hooray.
Gleason says, I'm sorry, it's a trap. It's true. Cobwebs. I have 1% power on my phone. I'm getting ready to drive home.
All right, man. See you in a bit.
Edie says, the one with the little pins making the face print.
Oh, yes. Gotcha. Yeah, this has been around for a long time. I'm kind of liking this. Wife, do you have any opinions about young fish?
The eyes are going to stay in, right?
Yeah, they stay in for molding.
Like his wallet.
Yeah, the next thing I'm going to do is actually put a box under him so that I can reach that a little better, and then I can smooth those out. Yeah. But I need a story. I need a 2-minute story.
So oh, I can tell about the thing that you're doing.
Okay.
The thing with the stuff.
The thing with the deal in the app.
Yeah. And you know what? While you're doing that, take the phone, give them a close up,
Okay.
as was requested.
Are you heading to the house?
Real quick.
Okay. Stacy, I'm gonna.
Okay, yeah, do the thing. All right, y'all. Stacy time. Okay, so while we're getting a close-up view of Fishy Delishy, I'm going to tell you guys about a thing that we're doing. Actually, let's turn this around. Why, hello. No, for real. Turn around. There we go. So at the end of July, Alan is going to be doing some videos in conjunction with a group of costumers on YouTube. It is a not like an official group, but it is a rough collection of people who make costumes and also make YouTube videos about it. They're collectively known as CostTube. And it is largely historical costumers, not like haunt costumers or theatrical costumers, but technically the definition includes anyone who makes costumes for YouTube. And so they have a big event. There is a big event in California every year called Costume College, in which people who make costumes go to learn more how to make costumes. And also they generally have big costumed events and things like that. It's a big convention. And obviously because of COVID, it's not happening this year. So they are doing kind of what a lot of big trade shows and conventions and stuff did at the when things started getting canceled, is they're moving things online. And so one of the cool things that they're doing is they're going to be doing a lot of cross promotion. So they're encouraging all people who make costumes on YouTube to join them on the last weekend of July, that Thursday through the Sunday of, I guess that's the first Sunday in August, to make some videos. And they are also going to be doing like badge collection, kind of like you do at a regular convention, where you can collect badges for attending certain classes. That's how you do it in a convention. For this, it'll just be for watching certain videos. So Alan is going to be one of the creators that's going to be joining the rest of the costumers and that last weekend of July to make some stuff. So he's going to be making a couple of new pre-recorded videos that'll be premiering that weekend. And he's also going to be doing a couple of lives during that time, and he's also going to be potentially participating in some panels at that time as well. So that is very exciting. Now, if you figure out how to get your phone back on the thing, how do
Set
you
at the
do?
bottom.
Yes.
Go all the way to the edge where there's no buttons. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Set
Sure.
at the bottom, just pushing the top.
All right.
Yeah.
So yeah. So keep an eye out for that, and there'll be some cross promotion. So not only can you see some new stuff from Alan, but also maybe jump on the costume bandwagon and see some new stuff from some other creators as well, specifically about making costumes.
Thanks, Stacy.
No problem.
Oh, there we go. Oh yeah, I need a box.
Thank you, Scott, for sharing my Haunted Headdresses page. So Robert Bryan says, "Oh man, I walk away to answer the phone and come back to this. Looks great."
Hey, thanks. We do try to make it happen fast around here.
Misty says, "Awesome." Bill Carrot says, "Still here, y'all just watching on TV, so I can't chat unless I use them."
Okay, Will.
87 people, that's awesome.
All right.
$19.80. You've made him facepalm several times tonight already. I'm not going to read that.
Got you on the cutoff, 1980. Them fish jokes, though.
It's not even a fish joke.
No?
It's a proctologist joke.
Oh.
Yeah.
Making a piranha, not a kangaroo.
Oh no, the kangaroo. Justin Rudy says rapid fire questions. You
I'm ready.
Lay it on us. Chad Smith says, what type of costume are you thinking with this?
I was doing some general fish monster stuff. Different heads and some of the same bodies. I've got a cool chest piece and a cool back piece. So that's probably what I'll do.
Tommy Toomey says, are you molding this fellow tonight?
Oh, no. I'll probably get him almost finished tonight. And then I will mold him, I guess it's Friday.
John C. says, for something that bites, that looks really good.
Thanks.
Yeah, I want to give myself a good 30 minutes to do the teeth because the teeth are going to make this sculpture. So I don't want to leave the end of the night with only having this. So I'm trying to pace myself. So I'll leave myself about 30 minutes for teeth. So by 10 o'clock, I want to be switching over. And so right now I have the clay that I put on here. And I kind of put on some fat worms and I tapered them and now I blended them in. And now I'm refining them even further because I want these to look like wattles of skin. I don't want them to look like hard ridges. One of the things that is difficult that we have to do, if something is bone, it's still got to be made out of the same clay as something that is a bit of soft flesh. So really just looking and getting your textures right is huge.
Corey Senior says, fisherman slicker would look awesome with the piranha mask.
Yeah, we do that with our marrow. We use marrow at Dark Hour, which is a different fish monster mask that Ian Aldering sculpted. I think I gave him some visual reference, and then he did the sculpting on those, if I recall.
Third degree terror says you could do a chest burster costume with this mask.
Yeah, you could actually.
John C says the Gorton's fisherman.
Okay.
Stanley S says, how hard did the horns on the goat become after drying?
Pretty hard.
Hard enough that they scratched the heck out of me when I went past
Yeah,
it.
Stacy walked by it and kind of hurt herself.
I was like, what the? It bit me.
So we are, I'm going to hit this with water real quick with a
Chad
brush.
says, for whatever reason, after reading H.P. Lovecraft, every fish type mask you make at some point, it makes me think of the followers of Cthulhu.
Yeah, well, that's, I think it does that for most people. Deep ones, Kuatoa, there's a lot of Innsmouth, there's a lot of Fishman references in his stuff.
It needs to be like 10% more squamous, though.
Yeah.
So that piece on the floor under the other table would look good as fins on the back of the piranha. No, here.
Oh, the back piece.
Well, yeah, that's a back piece for a fish monster. Yeah, that's one of my back pieces.
1980 says he was going to make more fish puns, but Stacy won't take the bait. Rodney, is it your
Reel
birthday?
him in, Stacy. Reel him in.
Get the net.
Rodney, is it your birthday? He said it's a great way to finish off an amazing birthday.
Oh, that's awesome.
Happy birthday, Rodney.
Happy birthday, Rodney. We got your hood all done.
Yeah.
Happy
Ready to go?
birthday. He says, I've loved watching and learning.
That's awesome.
Go fish or go home.
What?
Don't fall for her.
It's too late. I done fell.
She fold.
That fold.
Rodney said, can't wait to see it.
Oh.
Happy birthday, Rodney. If you... No, not today. No more fish puns. I can't fathom what you're going to do next.
That was a fish pun.
No, it's not. Ah,
You walked her into it.
I don't know who that was. That was a good
that
one.
was Corey Seymour. God dang it, guys.
Well done, Corey. Well
The
done.
hair's going to burst into flame.
Do you want to grab Rodney's thing?
You want to, sure?
Okay.
Okay. Had to grab me some sponges because now I'm going to kind of sponge it smooth. I think. Get you guys back up. I cranked you down a while ago.
Lisa says, hoods are awesome. Happy birthday, Rodney.
Here, Rodney.
Oh heck! That's some spooky stuff right there.
Oh, booby.
He's 51 today.
51.
Candlestick says, good night and peace to all Mumra everywhere.
Good night, Candlestick.
Rodney says, that's awesome.
It does look good.
Did you find my clothes? Nothing escapes her. Summer dawn.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's wishing Rodney a happy birthday. Spooky, scary skeleton. Good night, Coswebs. What? Warren, he's got it in quotes. He's singing. Hey, Dan McCorson, we packed you up today. This he's a little late. Good evening. Justin Rudy, have you ever used pumpkin teeth not as the final look, but sculpted over them to have your teeth stronger?
No.
The eyes and the profile look great.
Thank you. Profile is one of the first things I work on. Profile and silhouette. Get those two right, and the rest kind of falls into place.
I can see a group of these in hooded cloaks. This is Jess.
Yeah, them teeth though.
It's a handsome puppy you've got in your background.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
I suppose it is.
He's also bad. Silhouette. Eh,
This side comes down further, so I want to even this out.
Oh, Justin, I think you missed my rapid fire questions.
Yeah, they never got asked. I never saw them.
Hang on, Justin. Let's go back real quick. You're usually easy to find because it's a paragraph.
Let me switch to live chat. Sometimes if
You said rapid fire questions.
and then there was nothing.
Yeah.
Okay, hang on, Justin. Let's look for you. You're usually easy to find.
I don't know why my wife and Stacy don't like you, Justin. I think you're fine. I don't know why they wouldn't read your
But in
questions.
story time, we'll tell you what Alan said about you, Justin.
It would really be story time then.
Yeah, that'll be story time.
There.
Justin, I can't get you. I do not see you. Rapid fire questions, Justin said. And then I scroll down and I do not see them. And I am on live chat, not top chat.
Infinite
Justin?
stink.
I don't know. Did you do them again? I thought they were coming.
Would you
when I
mind
saw you
doing them
were-
again? You mind?
Please, sir. We like some more.
Just wrote it again.
No, Justin, I missed them. Post them again. I'm ready. I'm ready. Is there any chance you'll be painting the Cyclops on Friday live? No pressure, said Warren.
How do you feel? Yes, I will be doing it Friday.
I think you go dark out on Friday,
Not nighttime.
Okay.
So,
Just gotta hold the dog.
yeah, and actually, I based out your Cyclops already. You look right there. And someone's going to say, Alan, your notifications are on. Louder than the sun.
Looks great, Alan. I can still see Murloc, but that is just due to me playing Worlds of Warcraft.
Well, I mean, yeah, you will. It's because, yeah, you will see it. And there's tape over your eye so I can paint. But your horn got a layer of resin. So there's resin on the horn with the foam core. And your eye is taped over because I already painted the screen white and put the eye in place.
Corey, we only have room for one bad punster, and that's 1980. Corey says, if the actor is wearing a breathing mask, does that make them a filter female? Corey, can't take much more. Third degree says, wonderful, thank you.
Yeah, I can knock him out Friday.
Drowning in puns. Yes, Corey. Stop.
It's always bad when it's fish.
It's true.
We're gonna take a pet the dog break. Because Boris has shown up for pittance. That's Boris.
CF says, this guy is much cuter than the other two fishies.
Well, it's them big eyes, and I wanted to put big eyes on him.
Pets first always.
Okay.
What was the crossing for?
I don't want to knock anything off the other side of the table that I couldn't see while I pushed it back.
Dan McCorson says, thanks for doing the custom work for us. I'm looking forward to seeing them up close. I'm like a kid waiting for Santa.
You know what? I'm very happy with how they turned out.
Justin, I'm on live chat and not top chat, and I do not see your question. I don't know what to tell you.
Is there a link included with it? Because
And how many words are there? Because it might just have a cap that just cuts it off.
doing one at a time?
Can you see them? Like, do you?
He's asking if anyone can see him. Can anyone see Justin Rudy's questions? Corey is not seeing them. Vaughn is not seeing them. Chad cannot see them. CS Creations, Kenny P, no.
Yeah, there's something in there that's causing a problem.
Shenanigans.
I always look forward to your rapid fire questions, Justin.
Can you just do one question and see if that shows up? 'Cause I see you ask about your questions.
Hey, Justin, try them one at a time. Number one, sculpt a character that is made too much.
Clowns. Softball me tonight.
We got that one, Justin. What's number two? Rodney, thank you. What's that for? So you get a used $25 super chat. Oops. Number two, what's the best zombie film?
I enjoy a movie called The Horde. It is a French zombie film, The Horde. But there's also Wreck, which is I believe it is it's either Italian or zombie film. Wreck, R-E-C.
What are your thoughts on selling blanks?
If you go to my website, you'll see my thoughts on selling blanks. And you could ponder it while you buy some blanks. I just have blanks on my website for sale.
RoboCop or Terminator?
RoboCop.
Those American or metric scales? Oh, Corey.
These are going to be teeth.
Ha! There you go. Harry Beastie says Wreck is good. Evens.
Yeah, it's a good movie.
Number 5, Justin. Number 5. Least favorite part of anatomy to sculpt.
I don't have a least favorite part. I really, Like I enjoy it all. I mean, it's the ones that are a challenge kind of stand out, but that doesn't mean I don't like to sculpt them. It just means I have to learn something to do it well. So I don't really have a least favorite part.
Justin says his
Like-
are ears. John C says ears.
Like that's never occurred to me. I love sculpting ears because an ear can really make you stand out. You know, you sculpt good ears or the right ears on something. Oh, it's beautiful.
Justin says, which is why most of my masks so far don't have ears. Corey says eyelids.
Eyelids. See, I don't sculpt a lot of eyelids because normally the eyes are the actor's eyes. And since most actors are equipped with eyelids.
Rodney said, did anyone here like the second part of It? We haven't seen it.
I haven't seen it. The first part was like the #1 horror movie in the country. Well, ever. #1 horror movie, highest grossing horror movie ever.
It was fun.
And then the second one kind of just came and went.
It was not as good as the first one.
Yeah.
I thought the first one was hilarious.
The first one was great. The
It
second
was
one was
funny.
enjoyable, but was not nearly as good
I
as the first.
was rolling with that. But it'd be fun, scary fun.
I got you. Fish sticks.
Not even kidding.
I love it. Rodney said, turn it off halfway through last night. CS Creation says, it was okay, but a little slower. Of course, Seymour says, I liked it, but it falls down for the first. John Roshi says, I hated the second one. I really liked part one, though.
It was okay. It was a clown.
Yeah.
So I'll admit I had a little bit of bias going into it.
There were a couple of really good scares in the first one. The second one didn't get me.
Yeah, not at all.
Not at all. Like, I still enjoyed it. It is my favorite King novel. Like, I've read my copy to tatters. Chad Smith says, no matter what he did, Bill Hader was funny. Nothing he did came across scared. Yeah, like, I feel like I enjoy Bill Hader, but he wasn't doing anything other than being Bill Hader. You know.
Who was Bill Hader in this one?
Richie. He says they should have mixed the first part of it and used the original as the second part. Of course, Seymour says, did you see Sweetheart on Netflix?
I did. Sea Monster movie. Roddy Pope recommended it, so I watched it. It was good. I liked it.
John C. says, I don't like the explanation that it is an absolutely ancient alien being.
Well, it's very Lovecraftian if you
Yes.
look at it that way.
John Royce says, to me, part 2 felt like they were trying to mimic the feel of the Guardians of the Galaxy movie.
Whoa. That would be a departure.
Yeah. Corey Seymour says, of Sweetheart. Completely blew me away. I didn't expect it to be a creature feature.
Yeah, I would not have watched it because its description didn't say it. I did not watch Predator in the theater because from the trailers, it was just a jungle movie. It was just like War in the Jungle from all the trailers. And then, you know, I find out years later, no, that had a monster in it, a cool looking monster. I'm like, what the heck? Jerks.
Chad Smith says, I need to read the book. Yeah. Harry Beachy says, is there a dog behind the desk? There's something moving.
There's always a dog behind whatever it is.
John Crowley says, I didn't see the movie, but was very let down with the first It, so I wouldn't bother with the second.
Yeah.
Justin Rudy says, may I ask why you don't like clowns? I've also heard many other people who run haunted houses say they don't have clowns. I was just curious, is there a reason I'm not aware of?
They're just overdone at this point. They're a trope that we have hit quite a bit. We tried it, we did it. I think we've explored that option, and now we can move on.
Ruggedly Handsome says, a couple more fish mask names. Bite Me or Swim Shady.
Swim shade. Okay, that's funny.
Nancy Navy says, Predator was pretty good. Rodney Pope says, is there any new horror movies that y'all recommend?
I haven't seen them. but so no. Every now and then, I'll throw a movie on here in the shop while I'm working, and if it's good, I will post it on Facebook. If it's
Fun.
bad, I may also post it on Facebook.
Fun Diane says, Fire City End of Days is what I'm going to watch on Prime tonight.
Cool.
Dan McCorson says, have you thought about the wood tick props?
Yes, I actually have. Are you still serious about that? Because I think I would do them out of EVA foam, and then I would sculpt all of the legs and the head on a strip, and then you glue that strip around the EVA foam that you've sanded out, and I think that would be a nice economical way to make some, good-sized wood ticks.
John Royski said, I recently watched Hereditary for the first time. Enjoyed it a lot.
Yeah, I saw that. That was good.
Yeah, I liked Hereditary. I enjoyed Hereditary, but Midsummer, oh man. Cerebral and beautiful. Justin Rudy says, I understand. That's kind of how zombies are becoming for me. Every TV show and movie nowadays seems to be zombie related. I like zombies, but they're becoming the new clown, I think.
Well, clowns still haven't had a hit. Like, there hasn't been anything that was a hit out of the gate for clowns. Even Terrifier, it's still a cult movie. Killer Clowns from Outer Space, cult movie. So they haven't had anything to wear them out. While it's a clown, it's also an alien. It's also a demon thing. I mean, they went a lot of places with it, but yeah. The zombies had The Walking Dead to absolutely wear zombies out from the public. So I think you will see a wane in zombies because we've absorbed all the zombie we can.
1980 says, wood ticks with pulsing bodies.
Yeah, you could easily do that by putting a little bladder on them.
Kirk. Ruggedly Handsome says, do you still have Shudder, Alan? Dig
I
Two
do.
Graves is a really good movie. It's almost got a 70s monkey paw movie feel to it.
Okay, we'll check it out. Dig Two Graves.
Corey Seymour says, creature features are the best.
Alexa, remind me to watch Dig Two Graves tomorrow at 3 p.m.
Okay, I'll remind you tomorrow at 3 p.m.
Six String Slaya Guitar Man says, any advice on starting a successful mask selling business?
Step one, make masks. And then make masks that people want to wear and or are comfortable and are different from what other people are making. If you want to start out making clown masks, you're going to have a hard road to hoe because so many other people already make and sell nice clown masks. Your competition is going to be through the roof. But if you can make masks of something that people really haven't seen very much yet, I just think that's going to work out a lot better for you.
Dan McCorson says, it'd be cool to make some. The wood ticks, I guess.
Let me know if you want me to play with that some more.
Joanne Crowley says, ticks really turn my stomach. Sames. Corey Seymour says, Antlers is a movie I'm dying to see. It was postponed until the fall, but it was my biggest movie I wanted to see.
Yeah, I heard about that actually.
HBK Stylist says, scariest movie of all times, Killer Clowns from Outer Space.
That's not scary. The clowns don't even look scary yet. I don't think that's what they were going for.
Justin Rudy says, I appreciated Terrifier. I think it was a pretty cool 80s type modern take. I liked it mostly because it had minimal to no CGI.
You know what? I really liked Terrifier because it was refreshing. There were things that happened in it that just took me completely off guard. And I always love it when a horror movie can do that to me because I'm pretty jaded.
Corey Seymour says about Antlers, not scary, but fun. Horror Beauty says, not enough bug monsters.
Yeah.
Chad Smith says, I want to see Attack of the Killer Tomatoes. I haven't seen that since I was a kid. I watched the cartoon, the Like, there was a fairly long-running cartoon series of Attack of the Killer Tomatoes. 1980 says, this mask is coming along swimming.
Oh. Snuck one by in 1980.
Oh, Corey Seymour says, not scary, but fun about killer clowns from outer space. Love that.
Okay. So those are all there. And now I want to get a nice thin wire tool and sharpen them. And I have some Ken's tools that also do just that.
Corey Seymour says, don't flounder in the details. Calling a moratorium on puns.
Haven't you done that already?
I like that, like, plate separation kind of thing that you got going behind the eye.
Yeah, you have to do something to give it some interest.
Yeah. Six String Slaya says, what are the rules one should follow regarding teeth and undercuts when making a mold? Do's and don'ts?
I don't worry about it too much as long as I have a path to get the clay out. I'm not sweating the undercuts. I'm gonna make the teeth the way that they ought to be made, and then I figure out if I have to backfill or not.
Justin Rudy says, I personally think CGI is possibly the slow death for horror film, but maybe I'm just too old school.
Maybe you are.
CS Creation says, Alan, they love to torture you, Alan.
They love to what?
Torture you. With the puns.
Yeah.
Rodney Pope says, could the new feat that you did work with your werewolf full costumes?
Yeah.
Christopher Lazat says they are making a Terrifier Part 2.
Yes. Now, and Art the Clown, Terrifier was not his first movie. He was in a horror anthology movie by kind of the same guys. That character has actually been around a while, but Terrifier was just his breakout film.
CS Creation says -1, Alan. But spelled M-I-N-U-S-E. That might be a fish pun, and I'm just not smart enough to get it. Good night, Jerry Collins.
Good night, Jerry Collins.
Corey Seymour says All Hallows Eve.
It's All Hallows Eve. She likes the duck.
Rodney Pope says, because I need to get me one of those werewolf full hair suits.
Yeah.
John Rorsky says, I think Art's first film was called All Hallows Eve.
Yes.
CS Creation says, no, it was a mistype. All right. He was falsely accused of punning.
Desperate art calls for desperate snacks.
Mother of God. Gonna get
Desperate
spoiled.
puns.
Oh,
No, you don't. No, you don't.
Shannon has brought us some actual fish sticks to enjoy
it's thematic.
whilst I am sculpting yon fish stick.
Come on. Oh, wait.
Ghost Train Production says, what's up?
Hey, what's up, Ghost Train?
Dan Corson says, I'm going to attempt to make a human pelt out of the Harbor Freight canvas tarp and latex for a tracker shack. Never tried it before. Hopefully it works.
Okay, normally I do them out of plastic tarps, but let me know how your canvas goes. I mean, you're not going to heat shrink it with a heat gun, but I don't see why it wouldn't look cool.
1980 says, the advances in silicone technology and animatronics are actually propping up the practical effects business.
And I think that the ability of actors are just better when there's something there with them.
Come on. Come on.
I have. They're so good.
Yeah, they're very fresh. This is a homemade tartar sauce my buddy Will made.
So good.
Yeah.
No.
Cheney, go on.
Corey, I said we're having a moratorium on puns, bud. We're not gonna do it. Okay, you're right. You got it.
Spoon check?
Yeah.
I don't think practical effects will ever end in film.
Actors have said their acting performance is better with something to react to.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was saying.
The Great White Style Mash and this guy would look pretty cool next to each other. May have to order one of each in the near future.
Okay, I won't stop you.
You can help yourself, Jack. Stop. You can. Life is full of choices. Choose well.
Alexa, what time is it?
It's 10:09 p.m.
Yeah. Put a fish stick in your face. That's Will's. No 1980.
I had to go get a fish stick.
It's gonna get awfully quiet if we're not reading any of the puns. I'm out, dude. Fun out. You have 80 people watching. You've
80.
been on for 2 hours. It's 10 minutes after 10.
Yeah, so I got about 20 minutes to throw some more teeth in here and get this guy closer to being wrapped up.
So, how close to being done with TV tonight?
Over 3/4 of the way.
All right, Will. That's a legitimate question. Is that water-based?
Yes, it's water-based clay.
Okay. Now, if you were trying to get me, well, that was actually a legitimate question. See what Corey says. Will Carrot has to be since it's a fish. Damn it, Will.
Snuck one in.
Yeah, Will. Bad pumpkin, Will. Bad pumpkin. Bad. Dogs who look at me like, what'd I do? Hi, Gregory Hayes. It is a piranha. He says, dig in the eyes. Art Lady Bluntzer got a Picus tree and a Hawaiian plant. That's awesome.
Great.
What's the best way to clean monster clay out of a mold?
Throw it in the fire. Or your oven and let it melt out, depending upon the stone. One of the reasons I'm not a fan of monster clay is how tenaciously it sticks to your mold. With this stuff, I can just power wash it out. You can melt it out with a heat gun, but it's in your mold, man. It's just be prepared to work. That's all. See, I'm going to have to let these teeth get a little firmer before I can really start shaping them.
The eyes look pretty good on it. Will you use eyes in the mask, or are you going to paint them on the latex?
I'll paint on the latex. What I'm doing now is I'm thinning out the teeth so they look more realistic.
When my mask is done, I plan on foam filling it. I was going to order some from Monster Makers, but I was thinking of just using Loctite foam, spray foam instead, because it's easier to get locally. Will it be as good?
Yeah. I do a lot of filling with Loctite now. And it does very well.
It's I don't care how old you are.
Yeah. Forever.
We hadn't had them in years. And then I think I said something to Shannon like, honey, you get some fish sticks.
I thought, what?
And since then, we've had them once a month or so.
They're just a delicious little quick snack. How many pans for a 1:1 scale bust-sized prop would I need?
You could probably get it by with 1 can, but I would buy 2 just in case. And do it in layers. Don't try and do it all at once. You're going to have to control the blow up. Blow up is not a glow up for a mask.
Mm-hmm.
You ever try selling your pre-mixed mask paint?
I'm about to. Yes.
Oh, and she coming.
I'm actually about to. Yeah. We're working on labels right now. There's a lot of things. Prop 65 you have to worry about. We're making sure that everything we're doing is legal, so that when we start selling the mask paint, we don't run into any problems. There's ASG laws to worry about, and there is Prop 65 in California.
Is Prop 65 the everything gives you cancer one?
Yes. Even Starbucks coffee has to have a label on it that says it causes cancer.
Sweet cancer.
Do you have any videos using Loctite? I'm not sure what you mean by layers.
I do. I have a recent video, maybe it's a month old, called Foam Filling a Latex Mask. Are you on our group? Are you on our Facebook group? Because if you are, we could post a link on that for you to easily see it. But it's foam filling a latex mask, and it's recent because I've done videos in the past and I've done a couple different ways.
Is it flexible enough to get out of the mold after curing?
I would do it after you pull it out of the mold, so you don't have to worry about it.
79 people are watching. It's 10:15.
Thank you, 79 people. You watching have given me the confidence to go on. So that's what I was lacking. Confidence. Have given me the confidence to try to steal a fish stick away from the ladies.
Cheese stick.
No, wait. It's boring. I always read it first. Okay. I recently foam filled a mask in a mold, and it was the biggest pain removing.
If you foam fill it in the mold, you have to use flexible foam, and you have to take a garbage bag and put it in there too, and press it out against the sides so that you leave most of the mask hollow in the middle.
If we get 80 likes, Alan will do his dance. Would you agree to this?
No?
Okay.
Because I would have said 100 likes, and I will throw on the boots and do a little dance.
Lisa, I'll have to look. I don't know what kind these are. They're not fancy. They're desperate. It's a desperate meal. It has been an incredibly full day of an incredibly full week. And when we're all sitting here working, at one point I was like, I can hear my stomach growling, and so I know that Alan's is probably growling. Because his usually goes off before mine. But I know Stacy hasn't had anything. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna go just desperate snack and go. In the garden center, we sell paint touch-up kits for concrete fountains, pots, and statuary. Would you have similar small bottles that match the painted mask?
Make a
Ask
product.
that again.
In the garden center, we sell paint touch-up kits for the concrete fountains, pots, and statuary. Would you have similar small bottles that match the painted mask?
Yes, I'll have 2-ounce bottles.
Now
I'm sharing the video for the Loctite.
Not falling for it. "1980 doesn't care. He's just having a great time."
I'm also gonna post that Loctite video in the Sophie's group.
Ronnie says, "I love the video, Stacy, of Alan in the boots. It made my day."
I don't know if you can hear me absolutely losing it in that video. Oh, but it made my day too. I could barely breathe. I'm laughing so hard. All right. Now that is in the group and in the chat. Also, you have rather a lot of foam filling masks.
I do.
Some of them are when you have like black facial hair.
What you're saying is before you were old and gray. Thank you, Stacy, for pointing that out.
You're welcome. Do you feel old? Is it working?
Yeah. It's my secret, Stacy. I feel old all the time.
Can you still hand punch hair after it's foam filled, or should I do the hair first?
Definitely do it after. The last thing you want is your foam to get in your hair.
What skill do you not have that you want to learn?
Welding.
Welding. I knew you were going to say that.
Welding. I'm not a welder.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll learn it in a massive spare time.
Mine is sewing. It's such a cool skill. And I've always was like, you know how to sew, you can make anything. What's yours? Your skill that you don't have.
Skill I don't
That
have.
you wish you had.
Right now, airbrushing.
Let's go to airbrush lab.
Yeah, it's on the list. I can't juggle. I mean, I can get 5 catches, but that's it.
I said, get busy, Stacy. Teach Shannon.
What's that? Machine sewing? Hand sewing? What do you want to do?
I don't know. I want to make palazzo pants out of the craziest fabric I can find. Sorry fabric.
Oh.
Not pretty.
You a thing.
Oh. That's awesome. Are these quilting?
Mm-hmm.
No. Quit.
I will not.
I like quilts. What a kitty.
Yeah. Figured it might be a good idea. This is the type of sewing that I'm learning how to do right now. Is that the paper piecing with quilts and stuff. Yes, it is. Oh, I got a
3,
cool back to put on the t-shirt.
5, 6.
T-shirt quilt. Which one? That we've got enough
That's enough teeth.
You got me looking for snakes every time I go outside.
Good.
Just so you know.
I always look for snakes when I go outside.
I do.
That's
but
why I saw the one I saw, and Jonesy didn't, and the dogs didn't. Stacy didn't. You walked right by it.
I did.
Oh.
Well, in fairness, I also did not look because you said walk to me on this side of the
Yeah,
road.
stay on the left side of the
And I
walkway.
was like, cool, whatever's over there, I don't want to know. I trust you, but I don't want to know.
And it were a snake.
Nope, rope.
A danger noodle.
I removed the snake from the property today, right before we went live. I did not kill it. I caught him, put him in a bucket, and took him elsewhere.
He was mad.
I gave him a stern warning.
Was he snapping at you?
Yeah, oh yeah, he was pissed.
Unfortunately, I have an appointment to take my car in for some work, and it's bright and early appointment. Good night, everyone. Talk to you possibly on Friday's stream, says Justin Reed.
Very good, thank you.
you have rattlesnakes in your area?
We do. It's Texas. Texas has the most species of snakes more than any other state in the country. We have 115 different species of snake. I know this because I read it on the internet today. Twice.
No, where's Ezekiel to one up us on
He must
snake
not tonight.
numbers? Yeah. Hope all is well.
Yeah. Ezekiel's not impressed.
Right?
Everybody
She was
else
like, oh, 115 kinds of snakes, huh? What would you
Yeah,
do?
yeah.
Do all of them want to murder you?
He's not.
No, some of them are chill. Oh, right. Like,
He is not impressed. Still going Australia.
now, is he Australian, or is he an expat?
He's way Australian.
Okay.
And I'm just using this little tool that I made to shape these teeth.
I gotta work Friday night. Ooh, Laura Kirchable. I have all her albums.
I don't have her albums, but I know her issues.
Laura Kirchable loves her some snakes. All the nakes. You tell them about your swimming friend?
I think I may. I don't know. I don't know if I did. The other night, I jumped into the pool. I was in a state of vulnerability, let's call it. I was naked. Because it was nighttime and it was my pool, and
So
why
that was
get
fine.
why get all those suits dirty? And while I'm minding my own business, a copperhead swims right because I'm playing on my phone. It's resting on a pillow, and there's the water line is here,
Your vote.
and here comes this copperhead swimming in between me and between me is where it swam.
Oh, my.
And then he turned around and he came at me because I was dry land. Because I was dry land, and he was trying to save himself. Because I don't know how long he'd been in the pool. And
Two dogs? 3 dogs. Okay, you should go check that.
but anyway, you want to tell a story?
I'll tell something.
Okay.
Hey,
All right.
you should go check
Hang on. Shannon can finish telling my story because she knows it.
I'm going to tell a story because we just heard something very loud outside, which
Should I not to be?
sounded very heavy, dropping to the ground. Should not be good. So Alan's going to go check that and finish the saga of the snake. So, it's just not going to surprise anybody. But Alan is, we both are. We don't want to kill anything. We don't. So, he does not kill snakes. Not even the poisonous ones who try and bite him. And so, he has a snake grabber and a bucket. And when he hears or sees a snake, well, he sees a snake, not hears a snake, but when he sees one, whether it's if it's poisonous, if this one was not poisonous, so he just the one he got today, we just kind of took it out in the backwoods and let him go after a stern talking to. But the copperheads, of course, are poisonous. We have curious puppies and cats that make bad decisions. So he takes a snake grabber, gets a snake. He puts the snake in the bucket, puts the bucket in his car, drives 5 miles from the house to a location that is safe. We call it Snake Stop. This is where we drop all the snakes. Now, over several years now, there's been a large accumulation of snakes that he has dropped off there, and I'm pretty sure they're bonding together to come back and get their revenge on us for us moving them away. But he doesn't kill them. He lovingly relocates them. And that really does have everything to do with the fact that he's a tender heart. And I don't blame him. I don't want to kill him either. The snake's just being a snake. So we're certainly not gonna do that. But we've got lots of wildlife around here, and it's the time of year for snakes. So it doesn't surprise me there was a snake in the pool. But the fact that he came, I was already in bed because I had a very early morning. He comes into the bedroom and he is moving fast, way faster than he should be moving when he just got out of the pool, and he's been working a full day. And he's very quickly putting his clothes on and getting ready to depart, which tells me something is up. What was that?
Jones.
What do you do?
He's up on the roof.
Oh my God. Jonesy!
That a beefy cat.
You can see him?
Yeah.
Oh my
I got up on a ladder, I looked on the roof, and there's Jones looking at me like, what? That's a bright light you got on.
Oh,
Our Lady Blunzer says about your snake friend in the pool. Maybe he was just looking for his little mate.
Yeah, that's it's not what I wanted.
So Jonesy's on the roof, and that's a large noise that we just heard that made us all stop for a second. And turns out it's our Jonesy. The little copperheads are more dangerous than the big ones, and this was a little copperhead. Him's was bad. Edie says, not in my yard, they are dead, dead, dead. Are you sure it's not a xenomorph? It was a Jonesy, and so any xenomorphs on the property are in big trouble because we got Jones. So not worry about him, John. Jonesy is our ginger tabby, Julie. We have 4 cats, and Jonesy comes in the shop once in a while. You'll hear him yowling, and he gets on the camera, and he's about a 2-year-old, almost 2-year-old
No.
ginger tabby. Yeah, that's
Really?
it. That's it.
He's almost 2?
He's almost 2.
That little starving
That's a
baby.
little-
Oh my
Sick,
gosh.
starving little bitch kitten. So Jonesy is a good boy, and then we have a little black kitten who is Jenkins. We have a gigantic tuxedo cat named, appropriately enough, Tuxedo. And then we have a tabby tux named Doyle, who's about 3 now. So those are our kitties. One of them's on the roof, which gave us a bit of a start. Is there acid eating through the roof? I hope not, John, because if there is, Jonesy's not doing his job. Your cats ain't doing their job.
Yeah.
You know, Edie, they do bring us. Alan, tell Edie what Jonesy brought you last night.
4 frogs. 4. Not at the same time, but over the course of about 2 hours, he brought in 4 separate bullfrogs, leopard frogs,
Brought him in to show you.
that I then had to catch and let back into the wild.
No, 1980, not shut up. Yes, John C., that is correct. That's my ginger boy. And a good boy.
I was in costuming when they brought Jones in.
that
I got to snuggle him.
fateful night.
That
So
fateful night. He was an unwell kitten.
boy, it was love at first sight.
He had to come home here. He was too distracting. We weren't
Yes.
gonna get any work done.
I just did it to help the show.
Yeah.
Oh, it was love at first sight. I saw that picture that square posted, and I was like, oh my god, that's my kid.
Right?
Maybe he was telling you to sculpt a frog. He said, no, poor little frogs. Edie, these were not little frogs.
Hey, that's a good idea. Yeah, these are like 1.5-pound frogs. I mean, we don't have slouch frogs.
And they were screaming,
Oh yeah, frogs scream. It's terrible.
Oh no.
but they all lived, right?
Yes.
These were offerings.
Hell comes to frogs. Frog legs are delicious. I said, oh my god, those were huge frogs. Yes, we have gigantic frogs here. They were beastly frogs. But the cats like to bring us things to show off, and they bring us snakes, they bring us lizards, moles, ground squirrels, everything. They bring us everything. Birds, and let the birds go in the house. Let them go. Fully alive and mad as hell. We just found out that our booth is not next to yours for the show. We're 4 booths down now after adjustment, says Rude.
Oh, boo.
Well, you're not going to have any fun at all.
CS says the cats are just trying to feed you. Poor.
Your show is ruined.
Well, you were kind cornered to us last year, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, corner. It will be fine.
We're just gonna throw things at you from a distance.
From a distance. Ouch.
Did I bite you?
No, that was me throwing things.
It is 10:34.
Yeah.
All right.
71.
And the teeth, the sculpt. Let's show you where the sculpt is. We have the gist of our piranha down.
I love these things like a perfect summer.
Yeah, they're
Super. They're not too sweet.
So that is a piranha mask. And I have a little, I have to whittle the teeth some. And I need to let the clay dry a little bit so I can do final smoothing, because he's a very smooth piece. And I got to figure out, I'll probably do another hole over here in between these two scales for a little bit of extra peripheral vision. But I'm pretty happy with that.
Bruce says, all right, now you've invited candy hail into your booth. Rue, I don't know if we should have booths right next to each other.
As long as it's
That's
raining
just the way
chocolate.
things.
Right. It's gonna be all Tootsie
Okay.
Rolls, right?
So gang, this was Wednesday night sculpting lottery bingo. So hope you guys enjoyed it. Stacy, wife, you have any final questions?
No, I don't have any questions.
Okay, well, I meant on the chat.
No.
Okay,
We're actually at a very good spot.
say goodnight, guys.
Good night, guys. Good night.
I say goodnight and go make stuff. Thanks for hanging out, watching. Go make stuff.